The following is a special presentation from the WKLM Sports Department.
Good morning from the dungeon inside West Holmes High School. It's time to get set for OHSWCA regional dual meet action as West Holmes will be hosting this dual meet tournament. They'll face off against Sheridan first, and then they'll take on the winner of Miami Trace and Logan Elm. Jake Sidle alongside Will O'Donnell here with you this morning. And Will, for the second straight Saturday, we are up bright and early and getting ready for some wrestling action.
Yeah, what else would you do on a Saturday, right? There's, a cup of coffee in your hand watching some good wrestling. I mean, you can't beat it.
So this is a little bit of a different thing than you'd see at a lot of invites. So if you want to, for anyone that might be tuned in, not exactly sure what the dual meet format is for the tournament style.
Yeah, this is it's a dual meet like we just did the other night with that Indian Valley duel, and the winner's going to advance. We got 2 mats, 4 teams, and this is basically half the Eastern District wrestling. We have 4 other teams wrestling at Steubenville today, so you've taken the top 8 teams from each district in Division II, which means you're probably looking at 32 schools today that are competing throughout the state of Ohio at 4 different locations. And whoever wins this match against Sheridan and West Holmes will wrestle the winner of Logan Elm and Miami Trace. Winner of that matchup in that second round will advance to Columbus, or I think it's going to be held at Bishop Watterson this year for Division II, and you'll have 8 teams there, and they'll be competing for the title of dual meet state champion.
And this is something, it's not no longer sponsored by the OHSAA, but I think the coaches still love getting the kids involved in it.
They do, and it was we were just talking about this earlier as we were warming up here. Really back in the early to mid-'90s, this was really the brainchild of a coach at Aurora High School, Dick Bliss, who coached for over 50 years at Aurora. I'm not joking. And this was something he was pushing for years. He couldn't get Ohio High School to get on board with it. They just had the individual tournament and kept team score there. And other states in our area, Michigan, Pennsylvania, had done this, and the coaches wanted it. So the Coaches Association kind of ran with it. And the format is based on your returning points from the previous year, guys that haven't graduated at your district. That's what qualifies you to get the invite. So Coach Vaughn had a young team last year, but he performed well at the district along with Steubenville and some of these other schools. So they met that criteria based on returning district points, and they're here today. And so, there was a time where Ohio High School saw how popular this had become, and I think maybe even how lucrative, and said, hey, we want to do this now. We'll take it over for you. And now I think post-COVID it's kind of come back to the Coaches Association, and they do a great job with it.
So 2 years ago, you and I did these state dual meets here, and it was a lot of fun and a match that came down to the wire, and I can't remember who that last match was against that sent West Holmes to Columbus.
Well, I'm thinking, it would have been a heavyweight, and I'm trying to remember. It wouldn't have been Sowers at the time, so I had to go back and look. But, West Holmes has made that trip to Columbus for the state duels numerous times now, under Coach Woods a couple times, and now under Coach Vaughn a couple times. I'll have to look in the record book and get you their highest finish, but I want to say I thought one year they were top 4, possibly. I'd have to go out in the gym and look at the Wall of Fame because we put those up when those team accomplishments occur. But, yeah, this is something that West Holmes has, you always have those individual goals, but now that we have this state dual meet tournament, I know as a staff and as a program, they want to get back down to Columbus and keep getting higher place finishes.
Now today you're going against 4 of the best teams in the East District here, and we talked about it on Wednesday night against Indian Valley that West Holmes is going to need to pick up some key wins in these swing matches.
Yeah, we saw both these schools early in the year at a tournament down in Cambridge, and I think in that tournament West Holmes took 3rd and Miami Trace took 2nd as a team. So we placed above Sheridan, so they're familiar opponents. We know the lineups. It's probably going to be a little bit like what we saw against Indian Valley. Swing matches are going to be important, those ones that can go either way. Where they're good, you want to stay off your back. Where we're good, we want to pin. And you might even see a little bit of jockeying around with the lineup. We saw that with Indian Valley, and that was big. Who had to send out first? We had to send Dixon out first, and they forfeited to him. Had that not occurred, we very well could have bumped our lineup up a little bit and got different matchups throughout that dual meet. And you may see these coaches pull out every trick they got in their book within with whatever they can do with their lineups to try to advance that next round.
So the other matchup that's going to be going on at the same time as West Holmes and Sheridan is Logan Elm and Miami Trace, two schools from down south of Columbus, Washington Courthouse, and Circleville, if you want to know. And I competed in the FFA contest at Washington Courthouse. That is a long bus ride. So, they're probably got here a little early, saw them smacking down some McDonald's, and they're trying to get ready, get in the right mindset.
Yeah, I think weigh-ins were probably at 8 o'clock. That's pretty typical, 8 to 9, with wrestling at 10. So you're looking at kids that probably had to be at their high school by about 5 in the morning. I mean, seriously.
I've been there.
Yep.
There's some things I miss about those high school days, some things I don't. So.
There's some things I miss about wrestling. Getting up at 5 a.m. for a weigh-in is not one of them. But, yeah, I mean, you look at this. West Holmes is the number 2 seed in that district. Steubenville was the number 1. So when you're that high a seed, you get the option to host. So West Holmes chose to host this event. We've done it numerous times. And I think we look at Miami Tracer, the 3 seed. They chose to come down here. And I think you're looking at Logan Elm. They're probably the 7 seed.
And we got a special delivery here. Thank you.
Yeah, we got some printouts here. This is awesome because what this does is gives us every school that's going to wrestle today, and it shows us all the kids that are state ranked. And I can tell you right now, it shouldn't surprise you with the state dual meet format that this dual meet format is littered with state placers. I mean, there are guys all over the lineup. So we're going to have some matchups today. We're going to have some of the top-ranked wrestlers in the state competing against each other, and that's awesome.
That's always great for the sport and great for the fans here as well. We know how loud it got Wednesday night. The referee couldn't hear the buzzer when that one was over just because of how excited the crowd got and how loud it got. And I expect we'll see some of that again today.
Yeah, I think so. And I'll tell you what, you remember just the other night, it's been a long time since I've been in this gym and heard it that loud that you can't hear a buzzer going off on your big scoreboard. That was a lot of fun. It was a good experience. I would have liked to come out on the other end of that, but that is what it is. It was a great for the sport, great dual meet.
Great for the sport, and we're going to have some great action for you today here on WKLM. We'll keep you updated on the other match throughout the morning, but we are going to keep our camera on the West Holmes matches today. We only have the one camera we were able to get set up today, so folks, we'll keep you updated on the score of the other match. But right now, we'll go ahead and take a quick timeout. We'll come back with the national anthem here on WKLM. Today's national anthem is brought to you by the Holmes County Veterans Service Center in Millersburg. And our national anthem today brought to you by the Holmes County Veterans Service Center in Millersburg. And we're going to get set to go here. Coin tosses will be going underway, and like you said, this is basically just a dual meet tournament, so they're going to get to choose the odd or even matches, correct?
Yeah, and where that matters is like when we say odd, so 106 would be match number 1. That's the odd match. The next match, 113, that would be the even match. So even and odds matter because instead of flipping the coin at the end of every first period, you just know that that guy has choice to start the second. But what it also means is the other team has to send their wrestler to the mat first. And once he steps into that circle, he can't leave it. And you haven't yet sent your wrestler out, so it gives you an option as a coach to decide, well, do I want this matchup or do I want the next matchup? So there's a little bit of gamesmanship, and a lot of coaches will tell their wrestlers based on the lineups they see, hey, if we get choice, we want even. Or, hey, we want odd. And I think that Indian Valley duel, because they were the visitors, they got choice on the coin flip, and they chose the right matchup to let them have to send Dixon out. It really was that well thought through.
That could mean a lot more than people really think it does. And just a reminder that today's broadcast brought to you by these great sponsors: Critchfield Law Firm, the Commercial and Savings Bank, Denko Marketing, Home Siding Contractors, Hummel Group, Kaufman Realty and Auctions, Pomerane Hospital, Millersburg Electric, Keim Home Center and Charm, Millersburg Tire Service, MRV Siding Supply, Roadies, IJ Marketplace, Village Motors, Premier Pharmacy, and Homrans Insurance. And our man of the match today going to go to the wrestler as the best showing today for West Holmes. He'll get a T-shirt and a $25 Bellbucks gift card courtesy of our friend JB over at Bully Dogs Towing and Recovery. Thank you so much to JB for, again, helping us celebrate these wrestlers.
So we're going to see Wyatt Crabb for West Holmes. I think it's going to be Seth Johnson here, a sophomore, unranked wrestler, going up against the sophomore Wyatt Crabb.
Looks like he might have a few of those alternate uniforms for West Holmes today.
Crabb with a nice shot, set up a barrel roll. Keep that arm, Crabb. Right to that butcher after that takedown. Then he switches off to the cradle. He's going to get hip to hip. Good opportunity. He needs to get back over there and sit with it. Keep sitting back with it. You got to reset here. Don't force it. Got the knee in the ribs. Good technique. Jumps right on this wrestler from Sheridan. This is where you want the fall here. West Holmes, you can win these duels where you're good enough to pin. You need to do it. And there it was. Crabb took him 42 seconds. Quick takedown. Hit that barrel roll. Had the arm. Lost it, so he went to the butcher, and the wrestler hip down. He went to the far side cradle, and good technique there on all three things.
That is, when you talk about the swing matches, that's about as much as you can really ask of Crabb. Get out there, get a quick pin, and we'll move on to the next guy.
Yeah, and you got a freshman coming out here.
Cash Owen for Sheridan.
Yeah, Cash Owen's a junior. He's ranked number 22 in the state. He's got the freshman Liam Angle at 113. So if you're right, if you're West Holmes, Crabb starting off with a pin before this matchup of a freshman against a state-ranked wrestler, that's big. And if you're Sheridan, you got this kid out there against a freshman, you're thinking, hey, we got to keep pace. You got to get a pin. So let's see what Angle can do. I don't know what we're waiting on here. I think they're waiting to get the scoreboard cleared. It still says 3-0. Of course, the team scores 6-0, but now they got it. Good hard double leg. You're going to have to give that up, Liam. Belly up. Protect yourself here. There you go. Don't want to give those back points up off the takedown. Owen, just big, tall, lanky wrestler. When you look at him, he hits a hard power double. It's hard to defend that, even if you do sprawl those arms, and that reach is going to get to you. Good. Got a leg in there, and he's working a half. He's got Angle in a little bit of trouble here. He threw his second leg in. He's going to try to stack him up. I think he's got him. There it is. 2 quick pins to start this duel.
Meanwhile, it's 12-0 on the other side. Logan Elm leading. There was two forfeits to begin their other semifinal match.
Well, we're already on the third match of the night. We're going to see Peyton Martin, of course, one of our better wrestlers on this team. We're going to see who they send out.
120-pounders on mat number 1. It'll be of Sheridan taking on Peyton Martin of West Holmes.
Okay, so I thought we had a chance there. There's a 20-pounder for Sheridan that's ranked third in the state, Maddox Lehman. Only a freshman. He could have been wrestling Martin, who's ranked 6th, but we're not going to get to see that head-to-head matchup. Probably from the coaching standpoint, you know you're going to see that matchup at districts at some point, maybe even go to state, so they're going to wait on that one. Martin with a good high crotch, switches off to a double, gets a quick finish. And if you're West Holmes, you want to hold serve here. You want to get another pin because you get the number 3 ranked wrestler in the state for Sheridan coming up next. Martin's got a bar. He's got a half. This is really tight. This is over.
Yep, that was, as soon as you said that, the whistle goes.
Well, he had a wrist, and he got out tight on that half, and he knows how to run it. We say run it at, 1 o'clock or 11 o'clock, and it just stacks that wrestler up and quick fall. Neither of these matches, first 3, have gotten out of the first period or even close to it.
It's going to be 12-6. West Holmes leading. They'll go to the next weight class, which should be
this will be 126,
and I think we'll see
like
Lehman here.
Yeah, this will be Lehman. So we're going to get Gabe Umstead, of course, our man of the match on Wednesday.
On our other mat, we got a pin from Miami Trace to pull them back within 6. That matchup is also 12-6.
Yep, so we got Lehman coming out here. Like I said, if you look at him, that's only a freshman. That's a good-looking wrestler. And Umstead done a good job this year, and we're going to ask him to wrestle this kid tough. Lehman coming out, both wrestlers. Nice high crotch, switches off. Heavy hands. He kind of bashes the head and gets you out of position. He's going to kick him out. You can see the way he gets Umstead out of the position with that collar tie. He goes, hands are real active. Nice little shuck there. That would have been fun to watch him and Martin go at it, I got to be honest. And it's 6-1, 6-2 after this kick out. Right to a cross knee, keeps the toe in. That's 3 impressive takedowns, and you can see his hands are busy. See how active he is. He's just getting you out of your stance. They got to fix the score. This should be 9. Oh, he didn't. Well, 10-1.
I think they're saying he lost control when they went out there. Because they're putting him back at neutral. He awarded the point.
Well, I think he took him down 3 times. He has, and he's kicked him 3 times. So it's not. They got it right now. And that's his 4th takedown. We're only 45 seconds in. And you know what? This is one of those matches, Umstead. Obviously, you got a kid that's a technician and a buzzsaw on his feet. Sometimes what you ask a guy to do is just not get pinned.
Oh.
Save that team point. There's a lot going on. I mean, he's brought out about 5 different takedowns, all set up different ways. Now he's got a butcher, and he's trying to get those points. It's 15-4, but, this is one of those situations where a tech fall would be big because it's going to save a team point. He's trying to dig in underneath here. He's trying to dig in underneath for a hammer lock here. He's got to be careful. Don't come up off your knees in this situation if you're Umstead. Like I said, it's 15-4. Know where you're at here on the mat. You're right there on the edge.
He's done a good job fighting this shot off here.
Well, it's 16-4, and they're going to put Umstead at the bottom, so he's down by 11 with 24 to go in the first period. And I'll tell you what, if he can survive this period, I know Coach Vaughn's already probably thinking about where do I want to put him. If I put him on the feet, I can avoid the pin probably and give up the 3.
It'll also be interesting to see, does he want to try to put him on top, see if he can do something on top.
Yeah, I got to be honest, I'd put him on top if I was Coach Vaughn here. Not because I'm trying to pin him, because I'd let him go. And then it would be 16-4, and a takedown would make it a tech. I mean, that's the kind of stuff Indian Valley did against us, to shave a point here and there, because it's going to come down to that. And he does just that. He puts Umstead on top. And if you're Umstead, give up the escape, not the reversal. Don't give him an opportunity to work for a fall. I mean, you've got a kid here that's ranked 3rd in the state as a freshman. Boy, he looks every bit of it. You know, watching him hit these takedowns, he's impressive. He's easily their highest. Well, they got a kid at 57 that's ranked number 2. We'll see if we can get that matchup with Dixon. That'd be a fun one too, wouldn't it? There's the kick out. It's going to make it 16-4, so a takedown would make it 19-4, and that would be a tech, and there it is. Hey, I give Umstead credit. He ran into a buzzsaw, but he did not get pinned, and that's huge.
Yeah,
West Holmes holds the lead now.
And I think Coach Vaughn was thinking the same mindset as you, but I think he also said, see if you can get him on a lift and maybe get him to his back first, because we saw him try to get those lifts twice.
Yeah, he did a nice job trying to return them, but hey, listen, anytime you save team points when you're wrestling a kid that highly ranked, that's a great job. And we're going to see A.J. Roberts here for West Holmes. Should have, I believe, Felix Jones, Foster Jones, a freshman. And this is one here where we got a senior versus a freshman. Jones comes in with a record of only 4-11. And this is one where you're asking Roberts to do what his senior should do, and that's get a pin for you. Grow that lead to 7.
We're working on getting the scoreboard cleared again.
Yeah. Team score is 12-11 West Holmes, and we're already at 132. And while we're waiting for them to score that, clear that board, hey, just shout out to Bully Dog Toe, and J.B. Barton really steps up for this program and these kids, and it's what he cares about. So if you're looking for a toe, you know, support people that support us. Yep. Support these kids.
Again, our man of the match from West Holmes going to get a T-shirt and a $25 Bell Bucks gift card. And with the price of gas, I'm a little jealous.
Yeah, I'd like to get broadcaster of the match. Oh, Jones in on the leg here. He's got to watch himself. Roberts is a dangerous wrestler. He's one of these kids when you think you got him, all of a sudden he pulls a throw or a flip or a spin out. And
just like that?
Yep, and he's going to go lock up a far side cradle. I know he's got the leg, so he feels like he's not giving up a takedown yet, but he's just got cradled. And then Roberts is hip to hip. He's going to take this back. A little bit of a false cradle. I don't know if he's going to be able to drop that far shoulder in this situation. I hope he can. It looks like he's got that left arm up through. They got it. Roberts did what he was called upon to do, which is pin that freshman, and he did.
And that's a huge one right there, because that's a 2-point swing right there, not giving up the pin or the fall in the last matchup and getting a pin quickly in this weight class.
Well, you know, that's a situation where you probably told your freshman, hey, I know you're going up against a senior, but fight the good fight. If you get tacked, we can live with it, but didn't happen, and those are the little things that are when you dual meet.
So that'll make it 18-11.
And this should be the senior, Xavier Falk, for Sheridan against the sophomore, Ian Doherty.
According to Baum's page, that was Falk that Roberts just got.
Okay, well, they said, yeah, if he did, that was good then, because he pinned a senior, but looking at the lineup here that we have in front of us, it said Foster Jones, but we'll see who this is. This could be either Stetson or Skinner coming out for Sheridan. Doherty gave up the first takedown. He's got an arm bar on Doherty. He's trying to walk it around and see if he can chin it back. They're going to call potentially dangerous there, get him out of a bind.
They did correct that. Roberts pinned Trenton Gray, so they did correct that. So this is Falk out there.
Okay, so this is the senior.
We need to get us some number stickers out there so we can.
Ian with a little switch attempt there. Needs to follow that up right to a stand-up. Work those two moves in combination. Try to get back to his feet. It's 3-0 now with about a minute. Oh, he got caught in half. This is really tight, too, because he's chest to chest. The Sheridan wrestler is going to try to settle back. And really always tell your wrestlers in this situation, look up, arch your back, tighten this thing up.
Good job fighting that off.
Yeah, very good job fighting. That's what he needs to do. It's 7-0 here with about 30 seconds left, but anytime you can get off your back and not give up the pin, that's a bonus for us. Good job passing that arm around his head. Ian's one of those kids, with a senior at 132 and Roberts. This is probably not his natural weight. He's probably bumping up a weight as a sophomore, giving up some size. But he's fought all year real hard for the Knights, and he's going to be one of those wrestlers as we move forward the next couple years. We're going to see some really good things from him.
It's going to be 12-10 now that Logan Elm leads Miami Trace over on mat number 2.
Boy, that would be a bit of an upset if Logan Elm could pull that one out. I know West Holmes is probably cheering for him. We're on our feet here in the second period, 7-0, Doherty behind. You look at this West Holmes roster, there's only 3 seniors in the lineup today. And if you're looking at qualifying for the state duels, you got a lot of young guys. You got 10 or 11 young guys, and if you can get them to score at your district for you, you can get right back here for another year in a row. Ian's got to fight this. Got to kind of square up a little bit with his hips, keep hipping down. Sheridan wrestler's kind of got his hips to the mat here. He's going to try to climb up the back and secure this too. No points yet, though. Best probably you can hope for right now for Ian would be to get a stalemate if you can. He's doing a good job trying to break his hips down.
It's starting to look more and more like a stalemate.
Yeah, I'd like to see it. Burn some clock here and get a stalemate and get right back to your feet. Right here, you better belly up. There you go. Don't want to give up the back points. It's 10-0. He's trying to lock up a low leg cradle there. He's got that leg crossed. Right back to a half. Look away, hip down. Good job. Kind of bundling that arm. See if he tries to roll through for a tilt. Not going to pin him with that, but you're going to get your 4 count probably.
Yeah, he does, so that'll make it 14-0.
Yep, and we're into one of those situations here with 26 seconds left in the period where Doherty wrestling a senior is trying to avoid giving up the fall. Not exactly sure what Coach Vaughn is arguing here. I think he's trying to say he didn't have the 4 count.
Looks like he's going to talk with the mat judge here.
Yeah, your mat judge will only weigh in if he's asked to by the ref that isn't in charge of the match. I know it looks like you got 2 refs. What you have is 1. You have a second one who will only render his opinion if asked. Good stand-up there by Ian. Gets the escape, makes it 14-1. That was a good first move on bottom.
A takedown here, though, will end
Yeah,
it.
any point, any takedown would end this match. We got about 10 seconds left in the period. Out of bounds with 4 seconds, back to their feet. Like I said, this is one of those situations West Holmes can stave off a pin again, continue to create a little separation. We're going to see guys like Dixon coming up soon and McCluggage, so Porter, really kind of the heart of the lineup there in those 3 weight classes.
It looks like they're going to put him on top here to start the 3rd.
Yeah, a reversal would be worth 2, so reversal here would end it. I think he's going to get the escape, make it 15-1, so he's a point away, and that'll be it.
But you don't give up the fall once again, so you save another team point.
You do. That's 2 times where really we had younger wrestlers probably matched up against kids in their lineup who they were probably hoping could get pins, and they were unable to secure it. So that's 2 points. And I know that's exactly what Coach Vaughn's telling him. He's thanking him for that effort. Because he was put on his back pretty stiffly that one time.
So this will be Skinner and Oliver Hiller.
Yep, another freshman for the Knights. Skinner's a junior. West Holmes with a 18-14 lead up to this point. Next up for West Holmes at 150 will be Loudon Dixon, the junior, of course ranked number 2 in the state. Hiller gives up that first takedown, 3-0 on spin around. Trying to jump to a cradle really hard. Hiller doing a good job. Got to hold that hand. Can't let him lock this up. I think he's got it. Now if he can go back with it hip to hip, he's got a chance to turn him. He's definitely got it locked. Hiller's fighting it. Good job. Trying to do a switch, but he's got that arm held.
Almost got away there, but he had that arm.
Yeah, he had that arm. He did a good job. He got the arm on his waist, tried to come up to his feet. Having that arm means a lot. It keeps you from hitting some things. But good job on bottom there by Hiller. It's only 3-0 here in the first period. Down to about 20 seconds in the period. Still just 3-0. The Sheridan wrestler kind of keeping Hiller in this match by trying to ride and turn. He hasn't been able to turn him. I think he got that first takedown, that snap down so quickly. I might have tried to. Got to fight this if you're Hiller. You got to try to roll back. You got about 3 seconds. You got the 4. Going to make it 7-0.
And that'll take us to the second. Saved by the towel, I guess, at that point. Not really the buzzer.
Yeah. See what they do here. Hiller's going to take neutral. I wasn't sure if they'd put him back on bottom. I didn't think he looked terrible on bottom. He just got that, gave up that cradle late in the period. Probably made the coaches think twice. Nice little high crotch there. Gets that near knee. The Sheridan wrestlers do a pretty good job with what we call heavy hands, of taking their hands and being active and trying to snap an opponent out of his stance and create openings and shot opportunities off that. You're right back to that far side cradle that he turned him with earlier. It's 10-0. Okay. He's going to get some back points there. He's going to have to.
Count, it looks like.
He's going to switch off to a different hold. They haven't awarded the points yet. Now he's got a deep half, and he's going to try to finish it here.
So we'll get 4 there.
That's pretty tight. Yep. Hiller was close, I think, to getting out of that match with just a tech, but when he switched off from that cradle to that half, that made for a much tighter pinning combination.
So that'll make it 22-18.
And we got Dixon coming up, and hey, we got to wish a happy birthday to Loudon Dixon. Saw his grandpa out in the hallway, and he said, hey, just so you know, it's Loudon's birthday today, 17 years old.
Sounds like it'd be a great
And actually, you know what? We're not going to see Loudon Dixon. I think we're waiting to see. What somebody's going to have to send out first. This might be an opportunity to get Loudon to match against a pretty good opponent.
So Wade Miller gets the forfeit win. That'll put the Knights back up top.
Well, that's big for the Knights. This
157-pounders wrestling for Sheridan. It'll be
Colton Reedy. Okay, this is probably one of our best matchups of the night. Colton Reedy is ranked number 2 in the state. Loudon Dixon has been ranked number 2 in the state. And I believe these two wrestled last year at the West Holmes Invitational, and I think it went overtime, if I recall.
That sounds right.
And I think Dixon may have come out on the short end of that match that year. I think Loudon wanted this match. I think he wanted to see this.
An update from match 2. It's a 17-10 lead for Miami Trace. Or pardon me, Logan Elm.
Where Reedy came out, senior, got in on Dixon's leg. He was able to defend that shot. So Dixon going up a weight for this matchup. Reedy, of course, ranked number 2 at 157. Dixon ranked number 2 at 150. And West Holmes with the 24-22 lead here in the dual meet. And this probably could be the biggest swing match of all. This is almost a state championship matchup between two wrestlers ranked this high.
And this is one of those kind of gamesmanship things you were talking about.
Well, and this was a situation where, depending on who sent out first, it was going to allow for Wade Miller, the freshman, to get put in the lineup to receive a forfeit. And Dixon, they probably weren't counting on Dixon bumping up to wrestle this guy. But, you know, this is Loudon Dixon. He's a competitor. He wants to wrestle the best, to be the best. And these are matchups that make you better.
Good job fighting that off by Dixon.
Yeah, Reedy's a well-built kid. You look at him, he's a stocky-built wrestler. He's thick. Haven't seen Dixon really be able to open him up yet to get him out of his stance, to get that good angle that you usually see him get on his shots. And these are two quality opponents, obviously. You know, you've got to work to get a guy out of his stance to get the moment. And sometimes it's just not going to happen until maybe he gets tired. Oh, good high crotch there by Reedy. Dixon's got about 5 seconds to try to defend this. That's a big takedown to get in this match. Wow, with 2 seconds on the clock. That was a good high crotch. Dixon tried to defend it, and Reedy able to finish it. That's a big 2 points. You wanted to get out of that period even.
Well, a little surprised to see him wanting to go put the wrestler on the bottom here.
Well, Dixon's a hammer on top, but I mean, you know, if you're a wrestler like Reedy, you want that escape point. You just got a huge takedown right at the end of the first to go up 3-0. Getting that escape point and making it 4-0, that could be the difference in the match right there.
So that's a caution against Reedy, I believe.
Yeah, he gets 3, trying to get off bottom, just trying to jump that referee's whistle just enough to get you up. And we'll get another caution. This time it'll be on Dixon. Both guys trying to get the jump on him. You know, Reedy's trying to get the first move so he can work up off bottom. Dixon wants to get off a little quicker so he can break him down. So both guys willing to burn one to try that.
It started clean that time.
Reedy working up to his feet. Good job with hand control. Dixon needs to get this takedown this period. If he can get a takedown, make it 4-3, then he can take down in the third and work his escape. But he hasn't been able to really get inside of Reedy's stance and defenses yet.
Looks like Reedy almost put himself on his back there for a second.
He was trying to just hit a little, he was down on his knees, and I think he was just trying to elbow out and duck his head up under. Another good shot. Look at that defense there by Dixon spinning out of it. Dixon's got him in a little bit of a front headlock. Reedy's just controlling that elbow and staying square. He don't want to give up that go behind. We're at about a minute here. Dixon's just got to get a little more active, maybe with his movement, maybe with his hands. He's just got to find a way to get Reedy out of that stance.
See if maybe he takes a quick shot off the whistle here, and guess not.
You know, guys like this are, you know, they're ready for that. And like I said, just there. Ooh. A lot of countering going on here, a lot of position. We got about 40 seconds left in the period. Dixon's got a chance here. Oh, he almost limp-armed out of that. Kind of, we call that a sucker drag when a guy's got you in a front headlock. He almost hit that on the edge.
And on mat number 2, 138 pounds, picking up on 18.
Got about 30 seconds in the period here. Still 4-0 Sheridan. Like I said, Reedy got that, boy, he got that takedown with about 7 seconds. He got in on that shot and finished it with about 2. And that really is the difference in this match. Otherwise, I think you'd be looking at two wrestlers probably trading escape points and maybe going overtime. And as it is, I think Dixon's going to have to take down to get the escape and then work for what would be a tying takedown. Dixon doing a good job trying to keep Reedy over top of his arms, and Reedy wants to get under him, and you can see Dixon just kind of balling up a little bit, keeping that elbow to his knee. He's trying to get away. That might not look like it, but trust me, he's trying to keep away from the bars and the wrists, and he does it. So now he's got a chance here with 1:30, down 4-1. He needs a takedown to tie it. And he really has yet to get what I would consider a quality shot off on Reedy in his shot defense. And right here, I think I'd try to work out of bounds and reset, give myself a fresh start. Second time he tried what we call it a sucker drag. The guy's got you in the front headlock, you kind of bait him.
They're giving a stalling warning there to
gotta be honest, I don't know where that came from.
And
I know why. His shoe came untied.
Oh.
Yep. You know, it's the wrestler's responsibility for the shoes to be double tied. It used to be they made us tape them. Some shoes even come with a Velcro strap, but if your shoe comes untied and you have to stop the match to reset it, it's a stall warning because they want to avoid the stoppage in action, so that's what that was. So 4-1, we got a minute left. Nice shot by Dixon.
What a
Reedy able to defend. He went low on that ankle, and Reedy able to feel that and kind of frog kick out of it.
He's got a minute left.
Yeah, he's got a minute, a little sense of urgency here. Dixon's got to get a little more active, I think. Just a little heavier with the hands, try to beat Reedy out of his stance. He has not been able to really open up. That was probably the best shot he's had on him this whole match. Reedy in on Dixon's ankle. And you can see the freestyle experience with Dixon stepping over like that. Reedy's going to try to work up out the back door. If he gets this, this would probably secure the victory. Dixon just hoping for a stalemate here. That's a nice series. I'm not going to give it to him yet. Dixon kind of flurrying here. Got 20 seconds. I'm surprised they haven't stopped this for potentially dangerous, but I think he's going to give him the takedown, and that's going to be 7-1 with about 10 seconds to go. Reedy just kind of drops to the leg. Dixon trying to step over and create something. Gets the reversal, maybe. There it is, 7-3 though. And that's a good match, and hats off to Reedy. He had two great takedowns. He looked like he was maybe a little stronger at staying in his stance, and he got some opportunistic takedowns late in each period on Dixon. But a good matchup, good for the crowd to see two guys ranked second in the state in their respective weight classes.
So that makes it 25-24 Sheridan. Meanwhile, it's a 17-15 lead now for Logan L. Miami Trace starting to make their way back in that one.
Yeah, we're going to 165. We're going to see Hunter McCluggage. And I think this will be Householder. He's ranked number 21. They have wrestled each other head-to-head at Cambridge, one of the first tournaments of the season. I don't have a score, but I know McCluggage did win that matchup. So McCluggage, of course, ranked number 15 in the state. Normally, though, a 157, so Householder a 65. And with some of the bumping going on there, we got Hunter up a weight and Dixon up a weight today. So the number 21 ranked wrestler at 165 against McCluggage, the 15th ranked wrestler in the state at 157. Of course, last week, Hunter McCluggage, one of our two men of the meet at the Saturday at that Invitational, won a perfect 5-0 with 4 pins, beat a state-ranked wrestler.
100th career win on that day,
100th career win, yeah, he had a lot going on that day.
Up to his 104th career win.
Yep. Of course, Dixon, one of those co-men of the meet, and he actually was also the MVP of the tournament by coach's vote as well. Got a nice whizzer here. He should be able to leg kick out of this. He's going to return him. That's 2 or 3. Yeah,
You're still getting used to it.
So Householder with that first takedown on McCluggage. Out of bounds, reset. About 41 seconds left in the period.
And when he had that whizzer, it almost looked like McCluggage had a chance to work something of his own.
I actually thought he was in pretty good shape with that whizzer, and then Householder was able to elevate him and when you do that, you take all the pressure off that whizzer, and he was able to return him to the mat. McCluggage with a quick escape, 3-1 here, 30 seconds left in the first.
Like he almost had a chance for the reversal there.
Yeah, I think Householder sensed he was losing control and kind of cut him loose. About 15 seconds here, 3-1 lead.
That'll be the end of the period.
Choice to West Holmes. They're going to defer. Householder looks like he's going to go down.
Now this is, I know what you're looking for here. You're looking to get that escape and make it a 1-point match, but that's always a dangerous decision to go down on under Hunter McCluggage.
Yeah, Hunter is tough with those cradles. He likes to put those boots in if he can and work those power halves. Householder did a nice job. Good first move. Fought hands. He's up 4-1 now. Takedown would tie it here for Hunter. Nice little reshot there, defended. Oh, we caught him. See if he can get the, he's able to roll through it. Boy, that could have been a 7-point hold. Referee was patient. He could have started counting. Just couldn't hold him there long enough. Got to cover the hip. Can't cover. They'll call him out of bounds. If he could have covered that back second leg, they probably would have gave it to him.
I think West Holmes was kind of arguing there. He was fleeing the mat.
Yeah, they didn't get it, so we got a minute left here in the second. When McCluggage almost caught him, he had kind of tried to roll through from underneath, and he stopped him. It looked like if he'd held him maybe another second or two, I think the ref was probably going to give him control and start counting. Right cut through. Got to return him. No points yet. He's got to get him down to the mat. Uh-oh. Nothing yet. We've got about 30 seconds in the period. That's a Merkel. I could see why they want that. Yep. Might not look like he's in control because his leg's underneath, but once you come over top that head with that head and arm position, they usually will give you control. That makes it 7-1. Got about 10 seconds left here. Down to about 5. I think Sheridan Rest probably just going to try to hold him here and get out of the period, and he does. 7-1. And it's going to be McCluggage's choice here. He's going to choose down. Well, he needs a lot. He needs an escape and a takedown just to get back in a little bit. And then from there, he's going to have to make some decisions whether he wants to try for the turn or kick. Householder's a big wrestler. He's tall, he's long. Some of Hunter's shots haven't really come close. They've been double leg attempts, have been far away, and he's tried to reshoot off of that. Householder's got an arm bar here and a wrist. If he can get out to the side, see if he tries to run this. He's on the wrong side of it, though. He's jumped to the other side of the body. They're going to call potentially dangerous and stop that hold.
So he's got to get away here quick, and then depending on.
Yeah, and he just got rode for 26 seconds, so every little bit of time matters here for the Sheridan wrestler. Okay, good stand up to a switch, back up to his feet, 7-2, but he's got to get going. We've seen him come back before in the third period. We saw him score 5 points in the third to win that semifinal against a ranked wrestler on Saturday. See if he can work a little more of that magic.
The longer they go here, the more likely it's going to be he's going to have to go for the big move.
Yeah, we're getting there. And if you're the Sheridan wrestler, I mean, you stay in a stance, you defend that. You don't have to take chances unnecessarily. You're going to make him come to you. This is your advantage, and you should be in a position where he has to force it.
He's got 50 seconds.
They're going to go out of bounds there.
McCluggage is already at the line, and he's ready to go. He's got 35 seconds.
Down to 20. 7-2.
He's going to have to take a big shot here.
Nothing short of a throw. They got a stalling warning, but if you're Sheridan, you'll take that because you're just trying to get the win here.
15 seconds.
And right there's maybe a headlock attempt, but that's just the thing you want to stay out of.
9 seconds. You're going to have to take a quick shot here and just try to get him straight to his back.
Yeah, and that's defendable if you're the Sheridan wrestler. You know, because you know it's coming. And he's going to hold on for the win, even if he gets the takedown, and he does. That's going to be 7-5. It's going to be just too late. That's going to be a decision.
Picking up the win at 165 pounds with a 7-5 decision is Jacob Householder of Sheridan.
Well, Sheridan has at least picked up some bragging rights today. They can say something not a lot of teams can say.
Beat Dixon and McCluggage
in the same
day.
meet.
Yeah, two good matches. We're going to see Cole Porter, senior 100-match winner. See who they send out here.
With the 175-pounders now on mat number 1 for Sheridan is Thad
Nicodeme.
Yep, a junior. And we're down to the last 4 weight classes, and this is 28 to 24 Sheridan.
And if I'm looking down this sheet we have here, it doesn't look like either team has any more ranked wrestlers after this matchup. So
you're talking about those swing matches,
And again, this could come down to heavyweight, and we saw.
Well, we got Sowers back in the lineup tonight, so after Porter, we'll see Cam McCluggage, and we'll have to see who West Holmes sends out, either the freshman Easton Ross or the junior Grady Hawkins. I see all of them warming up over there. I even see Cohen Wilson warming up at 215, sophomore.
Ross gave the Indian Valley heavyweight fight there.
Yeah.
And if he had 10 more seconds, would have won that match.
Yeah, everything he wanted, he did. So, yeah, it's very well could come down to that final match.
Logan Elm has extended their lead back to 5 points over on mat number 2. It's 20 to 15. They lead Miami Trace. One minute left here in the first. Again, our coverage today brought to you in part by Critchfield Law Firm, the Commercial and Savings Bank, Denco Marketing, Holmes Siding Contractors, and Holmes Wayne Electric.
Okay, and of course here, this Sheridan matchup, a junior. They both wrestled at the Cambridge Invitational. I think Porter took third in that tournament. Did not get a chance to see this Sheridan wrestler head-to-head. So they wrestled some similar opponents. I feel like Porter probably has the edge based on what I saw from that.
And I think
but he hasn't been able to turn this into points yet.
Just got a stall warning on the Sheridan wrestler, Nicodem.
Porter, of course, good on his feet. Has a nice high crotch series he runs. Hasn't been able to set it up yet.
And on mat number 2 at 150 pounds, picking up on the win with the fall at 2 minutes 59.
If he can get around here.
Got about under 10 seconds here. Nothing yet. They're wrestling there on the edge. You got 1 foot in. First period's going to come to a scoreless close here.
But that first period stall warning on Nicodem could end up being a huge factor in this.
Yeah, anytime you get stall warning that early in a match, yeah, it definitely can come back to haunt you. And that McCluggage match, that stall warning with 20 seconds left, being the first one, you're really not too concerned about that. You're just trying to hold on to the lead. But as a coach, when something happens this early in the first period and you get a stall warning, you store that away in your brain because you know that may come back to be something that you work for late in the match to win. Porter going right to a near side cradle. Oh, that was so close, actually. Dropped to that leg and he worked up.
Good job to return to the mat and then just never let go of his leggy.
Yeah, right here on the edge. Stay behind it. Yeah, he let the wrestler, he dropped to that leg and he went out to the head and he almost locked up a near side cradle. That would have been tight if he was able to return him to the mat.
I think Nicodem just asked for neutral. I think he thought he got away.
Yeah, there was no clean break there. He's still on bottom. That's a good stand-up. Porter with a nice lift. I think he's trying to score off the mat returns there. There's an opportunity for him, too. Nicodem's kind of getting over to the edge of the mat and wrestling where it's safe and getting himself a fresh start. He's burned 50 seconds off the clock already. We're 0-0 here in the third. This would be a victory for Sheridan if they could even just lose by decision here to Porter. They're sitting there with a 4-point lead.
Well, we've seen Porter score in bunches late matches.
Nicodem's doing a good job of getting up to his feet. We're going to get a stalling warning on Porter here. So each wrestler with a stall call. Coach Vaughn's seen enough. He says, with a minute, let's kick them. So it's going to be 1-0 Sheridan. They're going to put Porter on their feet.
Now, is that a stall warning just because he wasn't able to return to the mat, or?
That would be what my gut would tell me. He didn't push him off the mat, but, usually to me, if you don't return a guy to the mat in a timely manner is when you see that. You usually don't see it just because the guy works up to his feet. I mean, if he works up to his feet, he works up to his feet. He was good enough to hit the stand-up. But I think either way, I think Coach Vaughn was like, I've seen enough of this. It's 1 minute in and we haven't scored any points. Let's get back up on our feet. We're doing him a favor by letting him stay on bottom like that.
"20 seconds left in the period."
Yeah, I haven't seen Porter be able to get off one of his good high crotches. He usually does a nice job out of that inside tie, kind of moving the guy around.
There's another stall warning. That'll tie it up.
Whew. I'll tell you what, Coach for Sheridan's going to ask why, and you're not going to win this argument. It's a subjective call by the referee. All you're doing is slowing the match down. We just said, we've had 3 stall calls already, and we're not even through 2 periods. I'll be honest, it's just if your referee's quick on the stall calls, then you got to pick up the action as a wrestler.
Especially since he'd already gotten him for leaving the mat once. And I think as a coach, you should know that. Tell your guy, stay in the circles.
Yeah, and that's a big point, because it ties the match, and Porter's probably going to choose down in the third then. And like I said, every referee's different. Certain referees, as you learn their style of reffing, you learn what they call quickly, what they don't call quickly, what maybe they emphasize. And as a wrestler and a coach especially, as you learn that through a duel.
And he's going to kick him here.
You got to make that adjustment to what their style of reffing is. There, Porter finally gets in on a leg. No points, though. Ooh.
I thought he might have had him, but I guess he was fully out before they hit the mat.
Yeah, and there was a little bit of a scramble there at the end. That could have went either way. 2-1 here, Porter. Minute 44 in the third. Of course, both wrestlers, Sheridan wrestler's been called twice for stalling. Porter's been called once. You hate to say it, but sometimes when you're the guy with a 1-point lead, referee's going to be looking at you now. So Porter's got to stay active, keep pressing the match, keep working forward. Not sure what happened there. They might have butted heads a little bit. Porter's trying to collect himself. He's going to use injury time.
And I think the grace for Porter here is that he's still forcing the action.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. You want to go forward. You want to circle. You want to create the perception that, hey, I'm still working to score. I'm the aggressor. Because if they even get a hint with a 1-point lead that they think you're just trying to protect the lead, they're going to get you for stalling, and it's going to tie the match. So
I think he might have just taken an inadvertent knuckle to the back of the head.
Yeah, he kind of grabbed the back of his head immediately. That's what they were looking at. They're going to reset here with 1:21.
Logan Elm has extended their lead. They now lead 33-20.
Porter in on a single. See if we can finish this. Going to go up to the head. Oh, he's got a great chance here to stick him. He's actually got a near side cradle locked up. Second time he's had it, second time he's lost it. No points awarded yet, though. Right here on the edge. I think he's going to finish this. He does. That's a big takedown. It's going to put him up 5-1 here with 40 seconds left. He's got 39 seconds as they return to the center with a 5-1 lead. Still got to be conscious of the fact that you've got a stall warning, Porter. Don't give him another bonus point.
If he can get off something good here at the restart.
It's a good breakdown there, flattens him out. Takes a little time off the clock, takes a bottom wrestler a little while to build his base every time you do that. Porter kind of sitting on that back ankle, covering it up. Gonna have to watch, he's hanging on that ankle a little too long. Right there on the edge, we're down to almost 10 seconds here. And it's still 5-1. 5 seconds and counting.
They're both looking at the referee.
Yeah,
like they're getting
no, there's no action there. I think they both know the match is over. Both hoping maybe, I think the Sheridan refs was hoping for a stall call to make it 5-2, but Porter's going to get the victory. It's going to make it 27-28. West Holmes still behind by a point.
Again, our coverage today brought to you in part by Hummel Group, Kaufman Realty and Auctions, Pomeranian Hospital, Millersburg Electric, Keim Home Center and Charm, and Millersburg Tire Service. Our man of the match brought to you by Bully Dogs Towing and Recovery. Our most outstanding wrestler from West Holmes today will receive a T-shirt, a $25 Bell Stores gift card courtesy of Bully Dogs Towing and Recovery. Our referee had to grab his whistle out of his shirt. He wasn't...
We got a 1-point match over here. Sheridan up 28-27. We're at 190. Looking around, it's Cam McCluggage out here, the sophomore.
Logan Elm leading Miami Trace 39-20. They're at 190 pounders. They've caught back up.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, that's a bit of an upset over there. You got the number 7 seed, I think, wrestling the number 3 seed as a team. And it looks like, to me, Logan Elm has probably secured that victory. And they got a good-looking wrestler at 190 on the mat right now who's up 5-0. If he secures this win, from a math standpoint, you can't catch him. Nice underhook here. Looking for a body lock if he can. Whoever locks it up's got to get their hips in front. Switches off to a shot. Nothing yet. He's got that leg. McCluggage with a chance maybe here to spin around behind and beat that shot. Nothing yet. One toe in there. McCluggage trying to keep himself in bounds. I think he feels like he can beat this shot.
He's trying to pull him back in.
Yeah. Not sure why he called him out of bounds. I think he just could have just called a stalemate if he wanted to. Because they certainly weren't out. He had a foot in.
Might have been what he meant to call and just gave the wrong signal.
Yeah, I think he just got tired of seeing it wrestled right there. Didn't think there was going to be anything. I think stalemate. He definitely wasn't out of bounds. McCluggage had that one supporting limb in. Looking for an ankle pick there. It's about closing in on 10 seconds in the period, scoreless. Ooh, good time, good chance for a spin around there. He caught that leg. Nothing yet. Got to fight this. Stay tight there. Right there, McCluggage. Good job. Had a chance for a spin around. Sheridan wrestler able to pop his arm up at the last second, catch that leg. You got to beat that arm before you can spin.
Sheridan going to take down here.
Yep, 0-0, much like that Porter match. Got to get that escape point. McCluggage good on top. We'll see what he comes up with. Uh-oh. Reaching back here. Don't get caught up in a Granby roll here. Stepped over that leg for you. could hear their coach saying it, too.
Oh, he's
got a power half here. Let's see if he can push it through.
There's a count.
Oh, there it is. I think he's got a couple one counts. Now he's got it. There's 4. Stepped over that leg. Got it. Now he's out to the side. This is going to be tight. He could stick him here. Come on, McCluggage.
I thought he had him when he first rolled over.
For a second. He's still in good position here.
He's got him again. Almost had him again.
Don't let that arm come through. Good job adjusting. Really good job adjusting by Cam McCluggage. That's where your mat judge can help you, too. There we go. Boy, that was big.
That is a huge pin.
Sure
Talk
was.
about swing matches. These last 3 at 190, 215, and heavyweight are going to decide this match. That's going to give West Holmes a lead.
It's been a while. They got back in the lead here, and we're going to go to 215. And we'll see who West Holmes sends out. Looks like it's going to be Grady Hawkins.
And we'll go 215 pounds on mat number 1. Wrestling for Sheridan is Oliver Walraven. And wrestling for West Holmes, Grady Hawkins.
Okay, we got a junior Oliver Walraven against a junior Grady Hawkins here. Like I said, I don't think these guys have seen each other head-to-head. Neither wrestler's state ranked, but one of those swing matches.
Walraven came in 198. Hawkins at 206, so just about 8 pounds giving up.
Of course, we've seen Hawkins. He's a big, strong kid. Likes to go to these upper body moves when he can, but his best wrestling really is on top. He does some good things with his cradles. And, of course, West Holmes at heavyweight, they've got Dylan Sowers back in the lineup today after being sick last week. Sowers comes in with a record of 16-11, 14 of those wins by pin, 14 of those 16 wins by pin. So got to like their chances at that heavyweight matchup, I think. Looking at the Sheridan heavyweight that's getting loose, he's not one of those 285-pound heavyweights that Sowers has had to go up against this year. Sowers comes in right around probably 225 himself.
And if I'm doing my math right here, any decision from Hawkins here would put this one out of reach for Sheridan.
Yeah, we're looking at a 5-point lead, so we just need a decision from Hawkins to secure this match. You know, Sheridan does have a heavyweight that weighs the whole 287, but he's not their starter. Their starter is Wesley Shegog. He's a junior, and he only weighs 219. So this would be one of the few times Sowers actually have a weight advantage at heavy.
Again, how many times have we seen a West Holmes heavyweight come in and give up 30 pounds and still hold his own?
Yeah, of course, we go back to Elijah Baldridge a couple years ago, probably weighed about 220, maybe 218. But he could, bench the house, so he never gave up any strength at that weight class, that was for sure.
And they're going to give a stall to the Sheridan wrestler there.
Yeah, Hawkins just kind of being real methodical, trying to work inside right there for that underhook. Sheridan wrestler kind of backing away from it, and they finally called it. Same referee here, so if you're a coach, you kind of store that in the back of your mind. This guy's quick on the stall call, and he penalizes guys who are backing up. So maybe you instruct your wrestler to work a certain way.
So that'll finish the first.
Yep, 0-0.
You're going to put Hawkins down. Good job by him to get up and out of that quickly.
Yeah, that was a good stamp. He's got a chance to beat that shot. Just out of bounds. Did a nice job there working that spin around.
I thought you might have had a case. You said he could have given him the 3 right on the edge there.
Yeah, as they was trying to get around the hips, it looked like they just got that fourth supporting limb out. Even you just need a hand, it's just something in there. But it's 1-0 Hawkins. We got 1:30 here in a second.
But as we learned at the night's invite, apparently not ahead.
Yeah, we did see that. And I tell you what, I like this because if you're Sheridan, you're going to want to put your wrestler down to try to get that escape point. And I think you're playing into Hawkins' hands. He's really good on top. Back to that underhook. He likes that underhook. Now get your head position, though. Get your head on the other side. Oh, we got pounce. Close. He kind of tried to throw Hawkins. He slipped off. I'd like to see Hawkins go back to that underhook and get head position with it and kind of press the match. I think he can even get another stall call here. This Sheridan wrestler just kind of continues to back up here. Nice takedown. Underhook to a single leg. Hawkins is going to go up 4-0. That was a good series.
See if he can work something here right at the edge. Looks like he wants to try to turn him back to the inside of the mat.
Yeah, he's got working underneath for those arm bars. Hawkins, like I said, he's good on top. I actually think that's one of his best positions. Working that crossface, maybe to a butcher, to a cradle. Trying to run the head to the knee. Got to keep him in bounds. Be careful here, but reset. A little out of position when he tried to pull that back. Don't want to pull him on top of you. Right back to it. There you go. Get up on your toes and run his head all the way to his knee. Make that neck carry the full weight of your body. And he's doing that. He's got it locked, so take it back nice and slow. He's got to get to the other side and get hip to hip before he takes that back. And our listeners probably don't understand what I'm saying with that. But when you got that cradle locked up and you're on the wrong side, you risk pulling them back on top of you. You kind of walk around, and they call it being hip to hip, and then you can just safely sit back with it.
A smart decision here from the Sheridan wrestler.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gone down either. I think your best hope is to score something on your feet. I think they saw enough of that cradle attempt that they don't want to go back under.
Hawkins hasn't picked up a stall call yet.
No, he's been aggressor. He's pushed forward most of the match. I think he's done that with those underhooks. Been real methodical with it, but he hit a real nice single leg off it there right at the end of the second. You watch his style of wrestling, he's not going to go out there and hit an explosive power double or a high crotch, but he's going to work inside with his tie-ups and try to create an opening that way. Kind of right here, drop to that leg. He kind of got a limp arm out here. I can hear Coach Vaughn yelling limp arm. And he gets it right there. Look at that, just the tip of the toes in. He's going to go up 7-0.
I think they're going to get him out with the head almost on the hardwood.
Yeah, that's the safety part of it there. Yep. But great job of mat awareness. And like I said, he's just methodical with that underhook. And he's going to look for those moments where he can kind of jack it up and drop down to the leg.
If he can work something here, he's got a full minute to try to get the fall.
More importantly, he's got the decision. And if he can hold on to that, it puts this match out of reach. It'd be 36-28 going into the heavyweight match. So even a pin wouldn't win it for Sheridan. So we're going to get to still 7-0. They haven't awarded the escape yet because he's in on that leg. We'll go to a half. I missed it. I can see Coach Vaughn. He knows he missed an opportunity there to throw a half when he returned him to the mat. 30 seconds. All Hawkins needs to do really now is just secure this victory. Logan Elm over here is up 44-20, so if Hawkins can get this win, we're going to probably see Logan Elm in that championship match, which was a little bit of a surprise. Got
20 seconds left here. Oh, he got him turned that way. Ten seconds now.
And that'll wrap it up. So just a regular decision, 7-0, but it builds that lead to 36-28, and West Holmes is going to advance on regardless of what happens at heavyweight in this state dual meet tournament.
So that's a huge win there. And I'm goes back to McCluggage getting that last win, kind of puts West Holmes back on top, and then Hawkins coming through there. And
yeah, I'll tell you what, that pin by Cam McCluggage was used. That was probably a match that either team thought they could have won, and he came up with the 6, and that was probably, from some standpoints, even a 9-point swing if you thought you could win that one if you're Sheridan. So that sophomore really helped the Knights, and of course go back to how this match started. Wyatt Crabb with that early pin to get us started.
Shagagan Sowers. Too many S's.
Yep, of course, like we said, Sowers is, both heavyweights. Sowers comes in with 14 pins out of his 16 victories. So when he does win, boy, he usually wins big. And let's see if he can do it again. And Sowers a lot like Hawkins. He's methodical in his approach, likes to work inside, drops to that single, but he's a bear on top too. If he can get on top of you, he's really good at turning you. Does a nice job with power halves. You expect, 215 and heavy to see a little different style of wrestling, obviously. Maybe not what you see at 106 with the flurries and the scrambles. Bigger guys, stronger guys. But I think Sowers and Hawkins both do a nice job of fighting for that position on the inside and looking for leg attacks off it. You can see they're both in a collar tie, but Hawkins tries to hit that shuck every now and then. I think, Sowers does a nice job with that as well. Just kind of head-to-head here with collar ties. Neither guy really opening each other up yet. Probably looking to see if the other guy pushes in a little harder. Maybe you get a snap down, get him to his knees that way. Down to about 10 seconds here in the period. About 3. And you can see as you look at the mat, because we have multiple mats, we're not using the buzzer. We have the towel guys out there, tapping the ref. And I'll be honest, Indian Valley match, even with the buzzer, that would have been beneficial to have out there as well.
It would have been.
Yeah, because it was so loud, the referee, nobody knew that the match had expired, and a towel tapper would have came in handy there.
And as heartbreaking as it is to kind of get that pin call, and then the referee realizes, oh, you were out of time. Mm-hmm. That's got to be a big moral victory for.
Yeah, I think so. I think talking to, Easton the next day, talking to his dad, everybody was proud of the effort he did and the tenacity. Because that's what matters. And, you're going to come up short sometimes, but the attitude and effort were there and the grit was there. Hawkins jumped to the side here. Sowers, Nice. He's got a wrist and a half. He should be able to finish this. It's a little high. He needs to kind of get chest to chest if he wants to flatten him out here. He's got to kind of settle back a little bit.
He's got the 4 count at least.
Still got an opportunity here to scoop the head. There we go. Now it's tighter. There we go. And with 1:07 left in the second, West Holmes going to move on.
42-28 will be the final score of that first duel, and West Holmes will get to stay on this mat. And it looks like they'll be taking on Logan Elm, and that's a huge win for West Holmes.
It was, and that's a huge upset down there. The number 3 seed, West Holmes courts the 2 seed. You're going to have Miami Trace is going to come up short against Logan Elm. So West Holmes get a matchup here maybe they didn't expect in this championship round.
And
But
they are going into the third period of two 15-pounders over there. We'll move the camera over there, and we'll see what this matchup looks like here in just a little bit.
Yeah, and this is going to be a difference. When you see a different team, where's their strength? Looking at Logan Elm, looked like they were pretty good at the start of the match in their lightweights, and then there was a lull there in the middle. And I think they even had some forfeits. Their 90-pounder, he looked pretty solid from what I saw, and their heavyweights looked pretty big. So it might be where they're strong at the beginning, strong at the end, and we're going to have to make our money in the middle there. And see what happens. So Coach Vaughn's going to have to look at that lineup and figure out pretty quickly how he wants to wrestle Logan Elm, what's the best way to attack him.
Our coverage again today brought to you in part by Millersburg Tire Service, MRV Siding Supply, Rody's IJ Marketplace, Village Motors, Premier Pharmacy, and Homburns Insurance. Will and I will step aside. We'll come back when we get set for the regional final here on WKLM. Well, folks, we're going to get set here in just a little bit. They're taking about a 10-minute break before the championship round here. I do want to correct myself. They had an issue on the Bombs page, and I misread it. It was Miami Trace that was leading that one. They defeated Logan Elm 50-26. So I do apologize, folks. It'll be West Holmes and Miami Trace here as we come to the regional championship on WKLM. We'll be back in just a few moments. Getting set here, West Holmes and Miami Trace to go at it. The Knights and the Panthers in the winner takes all trip to Columbus on the line. Our coverage today brought to you in part by the Critchfield Law Firm, Commercial and Savings Bank, Denco Marketing, Home Siding Contractors, Holmes Wayne Electric, and Hummel Group. And our man of the match today going to go to West Holmes' most outstanding wrestler. It's brought to you by Boldy Dogs Towing and Recovery. They're going to get a T-shirt and a $25 Bell Bucks gift card.
Yeah, we're going to start off this match with, it looks like a couple forfeits, so Crab and Angle are going to get some forfeits. So West Holmes is going to start off probably with a 12-0 lead, but yeah, that man of the match is yet to be settled yet. We have a couple ideas, and we'll see how it plays out in this second round.
We'll see what happens here. And now, let's see here. Something's happening here.
Well, I think we're going to get the forfeits awarded, so Crab's just waiting to get his hand raised. I didn't see a 6 on the weigh-in sheet here in front of me, and I did not see a 113 either, so I think West Holmes is going to start off 12-0 right out of the gates, and Peyton Martin will be our first wrestler. And if it's what it should be Lyric Dickerson, a senior, for Miami Trace coming out against Martin. Both state-ranked wrestlers. Martin's been as high as 6 and Dickerson as high as 10. Yep.
So this should be another pretty good matchup. We saw Martin have a great matchup in the first go-round.
Yeah, Martin had a state-ranked wrestler. Well, we thought he was going to have a state-ranked wrestler, and they ended up bumping Lehman up to 126 to face Umstead. So this will be our first match of the duel. West Holmes up 12-0 in the team score.
And we talked about the swing matches. This is probably the biggest one right now. If you can go up even just 15-0, that could be a whole lot different than everything else.
Yeah, we'll see we could have a couple state-ranked wrestlers facing each other. McCluggage could get another state-ranked wrestler head-to-head for him, and Porter could face the number 19 wrestler in the state at his weight. They were in the same tournament but different pools, so they didn't get to see each other. So possibly 3 head-to-head matches where state-ranked wrestlers competing against each other.
Martin trying to keep resetting towards the middle of the mat here, making his opponent bring the action to him.
Martin beats that shot, gets right into a whizzer. Still in a situation here where you keep your hips in front so you can throw, and he does. Oh, no points awarded yet.
You gave it to him.
Nothing yet. There it is. Nope. Guy's kind of flopping around. He gets the escape. It's going to be 3-1. You know, Martin did the right thing. He had that over and under and felt the position, got his hips in front, was able to hip toss him to the mat and then pop up from behind. Martin, one of those kids you want to wrestle in the center of the mat if you're him. He creates a lot of flurries and a lot of crazy scoring opportunities in awkward situations. Sometimes if you're on the edge, a good wrestler can get out of bounds if he feels himself getting in trouble there. If you work in the center, you know, you're going to win those. We're down to about 15 seconds. It's 3-1 Martin.
Again, I think with this change in scoring this year, it's made these dual matchups even tighter.
See if you can get this.
Out of bounds with 2 seconds left.
Yeah, both these guys getting in there in upper body situations. Miami Trace wrestler trying to whizzer his way out of it. Martin trying to hip in front. It's 3-1. I like Martin's chances in those kind of flurries because I feel like he's got good core strength, good flexibility. He has a knack for kind of ending up on top there, much like Wyatt Crabbe.
Now, this is interesting here. Looks like Dickerson going to take down here.
Take down. And he's down 3-1, so he wants that escape point. Martin catches that backside ankle, see if he can sweep it in return. He does. Martin, of course, tough on top.
Oh. Had the arm, let go of it.
Once again, these are the situations that, you know, you look at Martin, you think, oh, boy, he's getting in some trouble. He has a knack for coming out on top here. This could be a stalemate opportunity here, too. He's kind of got a leg in. He's got the backside elbow. Just kind of flurrying around here. Nothing awarded yet. No change in control. You can see how comfortable Martin is in those situations.
Oh, great job there from Martin to flip him back around.
Yeah, short sit. He just kind of has his underhooks. He's behind the arm, so it's easy for him to follow. We're going to get some blood time here. Stopping the action. But, yeah, you could see how Martin's, as a coach, it's scary, when you watch him wrestle because you think he's in some trouble. And I'm sure that you feel like he's maybe not in position, but he doesn't really panic there. Like I said, he's under the arms, which helps him stay his chest on the opponent's back, and he's got great hips, so he's able to follow. Both wrestlers kind of getting cleaned up here. You had some blood, and it got on the other wrestler, so this is going to be just a quick blood time, quick cleanup time, and they'll return him to the mat in a hurry. Minute 4 left in the period here as they return. Good stand-up, but he doesn't have hand control, and he's able to return him to the mat and follow. Cuts him loose. Okay, 3-2. Might got a little poke in the eye there from the hand fighting. Get these guys back to the center. 3-2 with 48 seconds to go in the second. Martin in the lead. Trying a high crotch there. He's in on it. Martin's kind of sitting on his own hip here. He's going to try to step over that back leg as he's locked in there in the hips. See if he can pop up on top. He's got a chance to cover here. So he's still under that leg. They're not going to award those points yet. No points yet. They're going to go out of bounds. End of the period. Yep. You can see how Martin just doesn't panic in those situations. He's very comfortable to roll around in those situations. He's up 3-2. He's going to go down here and look to build this lead by at least a point. And West Holmes, of course, up 12-0. Would love to get this decision and go up 15. Be a great way to start this duel. Got him high. He's just saying swim. He's just trying to take that arm with a swimming motion if he can. He's going to get the reversal. He's going to go up 5-2 here with 1:30. He's got an arm bar with an opportunity to maybe turn this. He's got that threaded through pretty deep on that left elbow. Needs to get off the hips maybe and get out to the side. There you go. Walk around it. There we go. Still got that bar. I don't think there's going to be any change. They're probably going to go return the Miami Trace wrestler back to the bottom position with a minute to go here, 5-2. Martin's in control. He just got to play it safe here. He doesn't want to make a big mistake. Trace wrestler, of course, wants to get up to his feet, make it 5-3 with a chance for a winning takedown. Good stand-up. Pretty. Martin, though, drops down to the legs and works up. Might have a little injury time here. Miami Trace wrestler grabbing the back of his knee. Got 52 seconds left in the match here. This will be injury time. You get 2 minutes of it. And you get 1 stoppage. And when you do your second stoppage, your opponent would get choice, which they don't want that because Martin would probably choose down again. The Miami Trace wrestlers had some good stand-ups and gotten up quickly, but he hasn't had hand control. Martin's been able to either drop to the leg or get a lift and return him to the mat. Just kind of follows that around when he hits that switch.
He's got 40 seconds left.
Yeah, and he's in decent position here. Just keep your hips higher than your opponent's. and you should be safe. There he goes. Down to 30 seconds here. Martin just kind of staying tight there. A little bit of a claw, as we call it, with that left arm. You can see how he keeps his chest right on the opponent's back. That's one of the reasons he's able to follow those hips around.
15 seconds now.
Stay off your knees and stay on your toes here so you can follow. Got 8 seconds. Just kind of a Granby roll attempt. Martin's still on him. Got 3, 2, 1. That's a big victory there for Martin and the Knights. Martin beating a state-ranked wrestler. Dickerson ranked as high as number 10. Martin, of course, ranked as high as number 6, but that was a swing match between 2 state-ranked wrestlers, and West Holmes comes out on top.
Looks like we might have another state-ranked wrestler here. Of course, there's a whole lot of state-ranked wrestlers on this Miami Trace team. Looks like Stuckey.
Yeah, if this is who they send out, he's going to have Gabe Umstead, who, of course, had to wrestle the number 3 ranked wrestler in the state in his first round and did not get pinned, so he saved the Knights a team point.
It is Stuckey out there.
Yeah, Matthias Stuckey. He's a senior. Looking at this, he's ranked number 14 in the state in his weight class.
And he looks like he might have made a mistake there.
He took a shot there, and Umstead were able to come up with what might have been a Merkle if he could have locked it up. Over here on the edge, no points. It's a real awkward situation for both wrestlers.
If he could have had that leg out there.
They're both going to be out of bounds. Boy, they wanted that hand in bounds to get the call, but they're not going to get it.
I think Coach Vaughn here wants to ask if he had the takedown.
Well, I know what he's saying. He's saying, hey, he was over our leg, but we were over top the head and had a Merkle, and why wasn't that awarded? He didn't get it. Both coaches wanted the takedown. Neither one of them got it. So we got a minute 30 left in the first. 0-0. Got to watch. Oh, there's a nice little barrel roll. You've got an underhook. You've got to be aware that your opponent's got an overhook, and you want to keep good head position because they're going to drop underneath, and when they do, that's going to be a barrel roll or a fireman's, and it's possibly going to lead to some back points. Luckily, it didn't.
Stop that for potentially dangerous.
Yeah, it's 3-0 here with a minute left. Umstead returns to bottom. Stuckey looks like he's going to go back to his feet, so keep that in the back of your mind, Umstead, if you get that underhook, that he might drop underneath you. Stuckey jacking up an underhook, snapping him down, looking for a go behind here. You got to try to work center if you're Umstead. Stuckey's being aggressive, trying to get the push out, maybe get a stall warning. Ooh, right to a low single. Got to be ready off the whistle. Nice job spinning around. See if you can get your hips up and get this takedown. Nothing awarded there. Stuckey's going to try to put his head under that leg. This could be a potentially dangerous, absolutely. Yeah. 19 seconds left in the period, 3-1. Umstead's got to be ready off the whistle. Stuckey here is going to run some injury time. He's grabbing his leg. Got in an awkward situation there. He shot that low single. Umstead kind of did a back step and spun over him, and then they got tangled up. So this will be his first use of injury time in this match as he kind of collects himself.
Our coverage today, again, brought to you in part by Kaufman Realty and Auctions, Pomeranian Hospital, Millersburg Electric, Keim Home Center and Charm, and Millersburg Tire Service.
Nice little high crotch to a single. He's got about 5 seconds. Oh, got to fight this. He got it. That was a big takedown to get that short time in the period like that. Make it 6-1 instead of 3-1. Choice is going to go to Miami Trace. He's going to defer. Let's see what they do here with Umstead.
And And on mat number 2, picking up
Coach just kind of left it up to him, ask him what he wanted. He's going to take down. Got an escape point, though. It was more because he was kicked out, so we'll see if he can work a good escape here.
Now up on mat number 2, 120-pound weight class for Sheridan. It's Wyatt Sweeney and wrestling from Owen, Jude Palmer.
Stucky throwing those legs in. Going to try to get up on him and maybe work a power half or a Turk if he can. Now he's got them both in. When you do that, there's really not much you can do besides power half, put an elbow in the back of the guy's head. Maybe a little high here, but if he can get that second boot in, he'll be safe. Now he's got the power half. He just got to try to push this through and stretch this out.
Got a 1 count there.
Yeah, Umstead able to fight out of that. Well, I'll tell you what, as a wrestler, somebody always say, what's the best way to defend the legs? And I always said, don't get in them. Because if a guy's good at them, he's going to punish you on top. And that's kind of what Stucky's doing right here. He's not scoring, but he's working them. Ooh, got a full Nelson. This can be a point for Umstead. Make it 6-2. You got a half in on the one side, got through it on the second. So if Umstead can get an escape here, he can make it a takedown match again.
Well, I do believe that 2 halves make a whole.
They do, but in our sport, it's not a good thing.
And they're going to kick him out there.
Yep, 6-3. So takedown would tie it if you're Umstead. That's a big bonus point. Oh, nice fireman's carry again. Oh, no points. He's going to fight to see if he can hit the switch here. He's got to keep his hips up, though, so he doesn't follow you. I think they're out of bounds, 6-3. I'll tell you what, he's hit some good firemen's, he's hit some good high crotches, and Umstead has done a nice job of kind of fighting that off. And he's getting up slow. If they run injury time here, Umstead would get choice. We'll see if that plays out in this match because he's moving slow every time he gets up from there. 20 seconds. You got 5 seconds. Don't give this up. Don't give this up. Nothing. Oh. Okay, 6-3.
I don't think he gave
No,
it.
he didn't. He didn't.
That was the...
He made that mistake in the first period. He gave up a takedown right at the end to make it 6-1 instead of 3-1. Stucky going to choose down. He wants to build that lead. Let's see what Umstead can work on top.
I think this is the first time we'll see him on top.
Yeah.
We've seen him work well on top recently.
We have. And, you know, I'll be honest, Stucky looks like probably the better wrestler, especially on his feet. But Umstead's shot defense and his flurries have really kept him at bay and really stopped what could have been a couple big moves there that Stucky hit. And it's a 4-point match, so it's not out of reach here. It's a nice single leg shot. Got to keep rotating here. Look for that backside ankle. He's trying for a spladle. You got to be careful here. Don't get your head stuck in there. There you go. Collapse that ankle. Don't let him tuck this in. Oh, fight it. No points yet. All right. Nothing yet. Still 7-3. Boy, he almost got caught in a spladle. That would have been tough. That would have been probably a pin for Miami Trace if he does.
And Miami Trace was still wanting the takedown there.
Well, they didn't have it. I mean, it was just all over the place, and they've been in this position a lot in this match. Boy, we'd like to see Umstead just get hip to hip and make it 7-6 here.
They're getting him for
Give
potentially
stalemate,
dangerous on that knee. And
yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he doesn't get to the mat soon, if he takes injury time, Umstead would probably choose down. 7-3. It's just a decision right here in this situation if he were to fall.
he's favoring that knee down there.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Umstead's taking on a state-ranked wrestler and he's hanging in there. Got to finish this. Boy, he just struggled to finish that. Try to cut away. Nothing yet. We're going to back into one of those crazy flurries here that Umstead's been in over and over again.
And now they're going to get potentially dangerous on the other side.
Yep.
Umstead's not happy about it. I think he thought he could get out now.
No, I got you. Their coach is telling them, get up, get back to the center.
I'm surprised he's so
nice
able to
shot.
get up there. Going right to the knee, too.
Well, he went to the good leg, and that's smart. You just got to finish this takedown.
10 seconds.
Got to get that right arm out, up around the waist. That's going to be what gets you the points. Nothing yet. 3. He's going to come up just a little short. It's a great effort. It's a great effort. It's going to put Miami Trace on the board. It's going to be 15-3, and a good showing by Umstead against the number 14th ranked wrestler in the state in Division III.
Just a gutsy performance there from Stuckey, fighting through that pain. You hope he's okay. He's back down at his bench now. So.
Yeah, he had a knee brace on, and you could tell he was favoring that in a lot of those situations. Not necessarily on his feet, but down on the mat when they got in those awkward positions. So Roberts, who had a pin in his first round match, is coming out here, and if I believe this would be...
I think this is Marine.
Yep, this would be Quentin Marine. He's a sophomore, state-ranked wrestler. Looks like they have him at number 7 in the state at his weight class, and he's in on a single, and he's going to trip that, clear the arm for the takedown on Roberts. Of course, Roberts had a freshman in that first round, but did what you expected him to do as a senior and get you the big pinpoints. And after this match, West Holmes, of course, send out the sophomore Ian Doherty, and he'll have a state-ranked wrestler, junior Will Enox, who's the number 21 ranked wrestler in the state. So this is a big part of the lineup here for West Holmes to hold some of these state-ranked wrestlers off for Miami Trace and not let them get back into this match. 3-1 here with a minute to go. Roberts trying to square up, not give up this go behind. You got to be careful down on your knees here too, not to come up too quickly. No points yet.
He's doing a good job holding on to that back leg there.
Now he's got his hips on the mat. That's going to get him the takedown. Oh, didn't get that arm through. It's going to be some back point opportunities here.
30 seconds in the period.
Yeah, 6-1. He's got that arm on the back. He's got that wrist, but he's not in position yet to turn him. And Roberts able to fight that off. That was big. He was in a little bit of trouble there. Trying to work that spiral ride.
5 seconds.
Yep, 5 seconds. 6-1 here, right on the edge of the mat. Towboy runs out there in a hurry. Look at him.
Saw his croc go flying.
Yep. That's Coach Vaughn's youngest son there, showing his speed, getting out there in 2 seconds or less. So we go to the second here. Miami Trace wrestler chooses down. He's up 6-1 with the 2 takedowns. And we got a caution on top. Coach is saying he didn't have that arm around the waist on the belly button. You got to be one hand on the elbow, chin in the middle of the back, and a hand on the navel. That's the top man's responsibilities.
See if he can return him here.
He's trying to.
Nice little throw.
Yeah, good job. Yeah, it's one of those situations you ask about a stall call on the guy who, when he stands up. You have about 5 seconds they usually estimate to get a guy and make an attempt to return him to the mat. And Roberts was getting close to that. And sometimes you'll see a stall call called there. Trying to punch a cross-face cradle here. Not able to quite get the hands close enough to lock it. He's going to pass that arm to the other side of the head. That's a nice job there defending.
Trying to get the reversal.
Yeah, Marines here. If he locks this up, they may just give him the reversal here, even with that hand on the leg, because you can get hip to hip here. And he does. Well, Roberts popped that arm back up. The Marines should just probably break loose here and not be greedy. Just get your one. There you go. 7-1. About 44 seconds left here in the second. Choice, of course, to go to Roberts in the third.
About 20 seconds left in the period.
Still 7-1. Boy, a takedown will get Roberts back in this match. He needs one because he's got choice. Oh, good reshot.
5 seconds.
You see that Roberts took a shot. He defended as Robert comes back up to his level. He goes down under. We call that shot reshot, and that's something you drill as a wrestler, and he executed it perfect there to go up 10-1.
I'm going to go neutral here. I think they want to go for the major decision, get the extra point.
Yeah, and it's 10-1 here, so yeah, this would be 4 points if it stayed the same. Of course, if you're Miami Trace, you'd like to get a couple more takedowns if you could and get this, maybe do a tech fall and get another bonus point because West Holmes is up 15-3, and that's a quick takedown there on that shuck. I think they're going to do the right thing and kick him there. That's going to make it 13-2 after the kick-out point. So it'll be an 11-point lead. He needs 2 more takedowns to secure the tech. Good shot by Roberts. See if he can finish this. That was a really good shot. Trying to go out to the head. I understand what he's doing. He wants to go to a cradle. And he does.
I think he might have him.
Let's see if he can stick him. He did!
What an upset!
13-2. They're going for the tech fall. Roberts gets his best shot in, and instead of being content to get a takedown, he goes out to the head and just throws him to the mat, and he just pinned the number 7 ranked wrestler in the state of Ohio, and that's your senior with his second pin in 2 duels here. And I'll tell you what, when the dust settles on this match, that's going to be the difference right there.
Marine made a little bit of mistake there, got out of position. Roberts, like you said, didn't want to settle for the takedown. I think he smelled the blood in the water.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he took a great shot, and he came up with it. And, yeah, he could have looked for a dump. He could have tried to trip him, and instead he saw that head go down, and he just aggressively attacked it right to the mat. And, we've said this about Roberts all year, he's always dangerous. He's just one of those kids. He's strong for his weight. He's got good core strength. He's dangerous. And, that's an 11-point swing because they were going to get a tech fall probably and secure 5. And instead of getting 5, they gave up 6. And you can't factor that kind of math in as a coach when you're sitting there figuring out where you think this match is headed. You're not thinking my never 7-ranked guy in the state's going to get stuck by their guy. So 21-3 here. Doherty, the sophomore, wrestling another state-ranked kid. We said it. There's a span of matches here, from 32 to 44, where this is a place where Miami Trace was going to need to make their run to get back in it. And instead, they're down 21-3. So 3-0 here. We got about a minute to go in the period. There's Doherty out there. He's a sophomore. Kind of battling for the Knights. Wrestling a tough weight class. Like I said, we've said this before. I think his natural weight's probably 132, but with that senior Roberts down there, he's kind of forced as a sophomore to get this varsity action up a weight. And he's taking his lumps, but he's going to be the better for it when this career is all said and done. 3-1. We got about closing in on 10 seconds.
Got another takedown there, so that'll make it 6-1.
Yeah, with about 5 seconds in the period. And Ian was one of those kids in that last round that, I saw Coach Vaughn after he got Techveld kind of congratulating him and thanking him because he had to wrestle a stud that they bumped up to take him on, and he saved us a team point in that match.
And you have to wonder if he's kind of thinking that way too again in this one. Another state-ranked guy.
Yeah, he's not getting any slouches, and you're just not at these weights. 38, 44, 50, you're wrestling some of the best kids on everybody's team, usually juniors and seniors who are seasoned.
That's going to make it 13-1 here. If he can't finish it, he did.
And he does. He had a lot of time in the period. He was looking at a minute 38, would have been a long time. He fought his back pretty hard in that first round match. This time in a little bit of tighter hold, it's going to make it 21-9. And, of course, you go back to that Roberts match, it'd be 15-14 right now.
Yeah.
But instead it's not, and that's huge. We're going to be talking about that one probably every weight class as we look at that scoreboard and see that 11-point swing that just took place.
Bryce Perkins going to wrestle for Miami Trace. He came in 10-11 today.
Yeah, and this is going to be at 144. And instead of Hiller, I think what we're seeing here is this is Wade. Let me get you the... Yeah, Wade Miller is going to go out here, I think. Well, maybe not. Let me get you a name here. This could be Chris D'Alessandro. We've seen him a few times for West Holmes. He's another freshman that's been in the lineup. Oh, flipped him over. Look up, this is tight, really tight. Got him!
And that's another huge win right there. Just a mistake made by Perkins.
Yeah, that's Chris D'Alessandro. He's just a freshman. And I'll tell you what, he's out there in a match against a kid that's probably going to...
It is Wade Miller that gets the win.
Is it Wade?
I think that's just what Brent just said on the
I'll tell you what, I'm looking at the lineup sheet. I'm seeing D'Alessandro, I'm seeing Miller. But we saw Wade Miller get thrown in the lineup when they bumped Dixon up before. And that's Wade Miller. And I'll tell you what, he was wrestling a kid that probably thought he was going to walk away with a pin. And he had him. He had him deep in his half and in some trouble on the edge. And Wade was able to roll through, bridge out of it, and end up with a tight half of his own and just stick him. So 2 matches that probably should have easily went Miami Trace's way, end up for 12 points for the Knights. And if you're Scott Vaughn with Dixon and McCluggage and Porter still yet to come up, you got to feel pretty good about your chances of moving to Columbus at this point.
Especially because you've got Dixon on the mat right now. I believe he's taking on Carson, who's ranked number 28.
Number 28 wrestler in the state going out there.
And Dixon, after losing in his first match of the day, you have to imagine he wants to get out there and get another win here.
Yeah, he's probably not in a very good mood. Okay. And at, trying to get a name here on that at 144. I think that was 144 where they had him. I think that was Bryce Perkins, a senior there for Wayne Trace that got pinned.
Yeah, I believe it was.
Of course, Dixon up 6-2, 2 takedowns, 2 kickouts, working for that third. See if he elbows out here and takes a reshot. Even though he's over top you, I think he can. Stalemate's the call with 46 seconds left.
Dixon goes behind, grabs that leg. He'll get another takedown.
He's going to go up 9-2 with 30 seconds left here in the period. Dixon going to that butcher. It's He's got about 10 seconds to try to work this Turk. Down to about 5. He's going to get a count. He's going to get the 4.
Yeah, might have a chance to get him here.
Yep.
Nope. Didn't look at the time on the clock.
Yeah, but he's going to be up 13-2 going into the second. So he's 4 points away from what would be a tech fall. See if he takes down. If he does, he can get an escape and a takedown and end this match and get another 5 points for the Knights and give them a huge 32-9 lead. I think this is quickly slipping away from Miami Trace.
They're going to cut him right away before he even starts.
Sure. And they'd probably be happy to only lose by tech instead of pin. Like I said, I think those last 2 matches, I hate to say it this early, but I think that's going to be tough for them to come back from. You just cannot give up what was essentially an 11-point swing and then a 12-point swing, consecutive matches like that. It's just going to be a little too late.
Well, the other thing here, looks like Carson –
Dixon doesn't want to get a takedown. He wants something where he can take him right to his back.
That's what I was about to say. He's doing a good job. He's putting himself in a position that if he does get taken down.
Yeah, and that's, Dixon didn't want that, but that's exactly what's going to happen. I get it. Dixon wanted that cement mixer, so that if I could take you right to your back, I could get the opportunity for the fall. But he's going to save his team a team point.
That's another big win, though, even by tech fall.
Yep, 32-9, and we're going to have, assuming we're going to see Hunter McCluggage here.
23-point lead here.
Yep, we're going to see Hunter McCluggage come out. And if he has...
They have another G. Carson listed here. No, actually, I'm looking at Stevens, pardon me.
Okay, so we got Gerber coming out instead at 157. So Gerber's going to wrestle Tyler Stevens. He's ranked number 14 in the state, and he's a junior. So McCluggage is going to probably stay up at 165, and he's going to wrestle another, G. Carson that's ranked number 24 in the state. Ooh, be careful on the return. There we go. Gets the takedown.
On mat number 2 at 144 pounds, the winner with the fall at 3 minutes 30 seconds.
Got about a minute in the period here. Stevens getting that boot in. Now it's 2. He's going to try to stretch him out. Maybe get up on the head with a power half. Gerber's got to try to flatten out, try to kick that leg free. Got the Turk. There it is.
I think we just had a couple 1 counts there.
I haven't seen,
Showing 3.
No, he's going to give him 3. There we go. And he's going to show the ref. You see what he did with his hands as the top wrestler. He's showing I broke the hold. So when I go to this next one, you can start to count new points. You can't just use the same hold to continually turn a guy thinking you're going to get points every time. He wants that Turk again. He's trying to work up under, scoop that head. He's got about 10 seconds left in the period, though. He's up 6-0. That'll do it for the first. Stevens going to choose down. He's in a little bit of problems here on top. There you go. Got to readjust your hips, Gerber. He's trying to work a leg and a power of his own, but he's kind of falling off him a little bit. He's got to reset his hips so they're high enough, and there we go. And Gerber's a strong kid. He can work some stuff. We saw him look pretty effective as an extra in that Tonight's invite, I think he went 3-2 on the day in Hunter McCluggage's weight class. There's got the other boot. He's still a little high, though. He's got to be careful. The top wrestler's going to probably try to get his hips up and shake him off here a little bit. There's a good job of resetting the hips. Yep. Good 45 seconds of riding there. Trying to break him down. Stevens up on his hands and feet. Ooh, this isn't going to be good. Got to see him getting out of position there as he came up to his feet. And there's the fall. Just kind of caught him. He put together a good minute on top. Got his hips a little high, and when Stevens got up to his base, he was able to turn in for that throw. So it's going to make it 32-15. And we're going to have McCluggage come out.
So McCluggage, and I believe it'll be G. Carson. See if I can get the name.
Garrett
Carson. It's number 24.
Yeah, Hunter, of course, ranked number 15. Lost a tough first-round match to a state-ranked wrestler in that Sheridan semifinal. Of course, Hunter wrestling up today. They've got him at 65, and they bumped Dixon to 57 for that matchup with Reedy last time. And this time McCluggage bumped up because of Gerber coming in at 57.
And we're now going 175-pounders on mat number 2. It's Hunter Schoenborn for Logan L. and Thad Nikodine for Sheridan.
I'll tell you what, if Miami Trace has any hope to stay in this duel with a chance to give their upper weights a chance to win, they've got to get this match right here. Cole Porter will be wrestling number 19 ranked kid in the state. Porter comes in at 12. And then Hawkins will be wrestling a quality opponent. And, of course, at heavyweight, Sowers will be wrestling the number 20 ranked kid in the state. So there's some big matchups yet to come. And West Holmes is sitting here with a 17-point lead, but we need McCluggage to expand this lead for us. No points yet. He might get it now. There we go. Kind of did a little reset there on that switch. So McCluggage tried to follow his hips. He's able to pop out on top. Got that arm on the back. He's trying to go to a hammer lock here. He's got this. He's going to try to go around front. Really got to be careful here if he takes this over.
He's only got 5 seconds.
Whew, that's a good job defending that. That'd be one of the tighter holds to get put on your back with, and Hunter McCluggage able to stave it off. It's going to be 3-0. McCluggage is going to choose down here in a second.
We've seen McCluggage be explosive on the bottom on these restarts before. He needs another one of those right now.
Yeah, when I watch Hunter here the last couple times, this could be a potentially dangerous. I got to watch that right arm at that underhook. There we go. You know, you see Hunter with that knee brace on. I know he was out of the lineup a little bit with that as he worked through it. And I keep wondering if maybe that's taken away some of that explosiveness from his game right now. I haven't seen the same explosion on his double leg as that he shoots off the whistle lately. Oh, they're going to get him for an elbow there. He's going to talk to the mat judge. I understand what he's doing. He was on his feet, and he was trying to cut away and fight the hands. He kind of threw that left elbow back as he tried to clear, and kind of caught him in the head. And he consulted the mat judge, who agreed with him, and that's going to be a bonus point. Those guys are going to shake hands, and, it happens in our sport. But it's going to make it 4-0, so it's going to grow that lead a little bit. maybe even just a little bit of frustration on Hunter's part. He's got to keep his hips up here, and a good job of following there by the Miami trace wrestler. Good job of following Hunter's hips as he resat. That's kind of twice I've seen him do that. One time off at the first takedown, Hunter looked like he was going to get a chance to pop his hips behind, and he's able to follow him. Down to a minute here in a second, 4-0. McCluggage down, unfortunately. Set up into it, good job. Tried to take that bar that he had on the right side and walk around the head, but he hadn't yet secured the backside hand. Hunter kind of baited him a little bit and then just kind of set his hips up into him to get that reversal. Going to make a 4-2 here. We look like we got a little stoppage here. I think blood time for the Miami trace wrestler. 30 seconds to go. McCluggage, of course, won't have choice. My trace wrestler will, so I'm assuming he's going to take down and try to grow his lead. So it's incumbent upon Hunter here to get a quick turn maybe right before the end of this period.
So Miami trace coach lobbying for something. I'm saying he was too tough coming around the front and causing this nosebleed.
Nah, I don't think so that time. I mean, if he was going to get him, it was within that elbow he threw. But no, that time I think it was just a good hard job of sitting back into that arm bar and baiting him in. We had a wrestler years ago, Marshall Overholt, who you'd make a living doing that against wrestlers. He'd almost give them that hold just so they'd try to run it.
Mm-hmm.
But Hunter's going to go back to the mat on top. 4-2. Need to get a quick tilt, quick turn, something to get yourself back in this. Good job fighting hands. Returns him to the mat. Got to be careful on that return now.
Miami trace was asking for a slam.
Yeah, they were asking for a slam.
I think he came down on his side more than he did his back. So.
Yeah. 10 seconds here in the period. Hunter just kind of sitting back on that right ankle. Probably hoping just to ride this out here and go to the third, 4-2. You know, Hunter's a strong kid. He's a physical kid. I mean, he just how he is. He wrestles like he plays football, which is, you know, full speed ahead and hard as it can go. And
you could also just say, well.
He does it well. Yeah, I just like the kid's intensity at every sport he plays. He's fun to watch. I'm glad I'm not his opponent. Oh, going for a chin back. Oh, so close. Keep stepping over. There you go. Go to that crossface. Oh, almost had that chin back. That was close. Hunter's good, but he understands where his hips are. He hit that. He started to try to hit that hip heist to get his hips sunk in the right position, and I think the Miami trace wrestler felt it and bailed at the last second. Still 4-2. Got about a minute 25 on the clock. Hunter trying to secure that arm bar. Miami trace wrestler kind of covering up underneath. That's probably the right thing to do. Hunter's trying to get that leg in, see if he can work some of his power halves on top that he's so good at. This could be a stalemate situation here. About a minute left in the third. Still 4-2. I'm surprised they're letting this position last this long. They're letting a lot of clock run in the process. And Coach Stanley's saying it too. He's saying, hey, stalemate. So you're down to 40 seconds, but if you're the Miami trace wrestler, you burn a good 30 seconds off just in that position, and you're the one with the lead. So Hunter's going to have to think about kicking him here soon, maybe trying for the tying takedown.
Well, you see that he's been – oh, they are going to kick him.
Yeah.
I was going to say he's been more impressive on top than he was on his feet so far.
Yeah, I think you have to do this now. You got a chance to tie.
Got 30 seconds.
Nice high crotch. Trying to break our hips down. Hunter trying to work up into him if he can. Got that elbow. He wants to maybe try to barrel roll if he can.
20 seconds.
Yep. Good shot defense. That was a decent shot there by McCluggage. Down to 10 seconds. He's got to go for something big. And I understand what he's doing. He's just kind of falling underneath him, trying to create something. He's going to give up that takedown. Got to make it 9-2.
Miami Trace was upset there.
I don't think Hunter was. They thought he was being a little physical. He was just trying to reach out and see if he could kind of catch the head and slap and maybe go in for a shot. I mean, he's not going to stop wrestling.
Well, and I think with no buzzer, the ref hadn't been hit by the towel yet.
Yeah. And he kind of, what he did was he kind of got a piece of the headgear, and the headgear turned, and it is what it is. There was nothing malicious. It's just physical wrestling, and that's what you get in our sport. So it's 32-18. Porter's going to come out here. And if this is who it should be, this should be Ethan Monroe. He's a senior. They did not see each other head-to-head at the Cambridge Invitation. They were in different pools. And Monroe took second in that tournament. Porter took third. But like I said, they did not get a chance to see each other. And Porter comes in number 12 ranked in his weight class. Monroe comes in at number 19.
Well, now they're talking here at the scorer's table.
Yeah, and I'm trying to see what they're talking about. It could be an unsportsmanlike call. I saw that hand go up, and if it is, it could be a team point in the team score, and we'll see what they say. I see the referees talking about it. And they're at the scorer's table, so that tells me that it didn't affect the match score because the match was over. But if it's unsportsmanlike, they could take a team point, and Coach Vaughn's not very happy.
You see, I'm a little surprised by that. He was going. He hadn't heard a whistle yet. There was no buzzer. I don't see how that's unsportsmanlike, at least in my opinion. But
well, and that's what they awarded. So it's going to be 32-21.
So it's an 11-point matchup now.
So it would have been 32-18.
Did they give 4?
But they gave it as a almost like an injection, and that goes down basically as a pin. So instead of being 3 points and making it 32-18, that makes it 32-21. And this makes this match for Porter enormous.
Well, let's see here on the
what Bomb's
page right now. They have it listed as an 8-3 decision. So
which should have only been 3, but they made a different call as they approached the table, because he did put that hand up that would have signaled unsportsmanlike, and it could have been a disqualification. We'll have to see what that comes out to. I know Coach Vaughn was not very happy when he walked back from that.
And they do put it down as a disqualification.
That's big because that's a pin. Ooh, nice takedown shot there. He got that cross knee, and they work up into the body. I'll tell you what, that's big. That's a big swing, and that puts them back in this match, only down 11 as we get into the final 4 weight classes. Porter gets that escape, so it's 3-1. It's a big match for West Holmes. A loss here would make it 32-24. Even by decision would make it an 8-point match. Would kind of put them in reach. Because I watched their match against Logan Elm, and they got a really good-looking 190-pounder. And, of course, their heavyweights ranked number 20 in the state. Joshua McGraw, he came in at about 250 at weigh-ins today.
Now up on mat 2, 215-pounders for Logan Elm. It's Jeffrey Thompson, and for Sheridan, Oliver Walraven.
Porter's trying to finish. He's got about 5 seconds. Take this back. Still 3-1 here. Porter gets escape, 3-2. There's a good shot. See if we can finish this, Porter. Out of bounds. They got that foot, but that foot, they were clearly out, and he tried to sneak that foot back in to see if he could buy that takedown point. But that's where Matt Judge will help you too. I'm with you, Coach Vaughn. I see what he's saying, Cole, just hit a dump. Don't go to a lift every time you get in on that leg. It'll be a little safer finish. See if he listens right here. It is. See if he goes to the dump. There we go.
Thought he almost had a chance to stack him up there right
he
off
did.
that roll.
He did. And that was similar to the last situation he's in where the Miami Trace wrestler was kind of able to roll him through. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. And he did. He hit a roll, and he put him to his back. I don't know if he's going to get the fall, but it's tight. It's tight. A lot of time left in this period.
53 seconds.
Yeah, so he's going to get 2 for the reversal.
And now another reversal.
Well, they're going to have to sort the scoring out here. So there's 4 back for the Miami Trace wrestler, and then 2 reversal for Porter. But they're going to have to figure out what the score is because I'm not sure this is right. Yep, now I think they got it 9-7. Porter did a great job getting off his back because I'll tell you what, on that roll through, it was as tight as could be. It was dead to rights, and that makes it 9-7 as we go here into the Porter wants some injury time. I don't know what happened there, if he's holding his hand, as maybe he got rolled through, but he's down 9-7 with 30 seconds here in the second, and the Miami Trace wrestler will have choice in the third. And if they'd have called a pin there, I don't know if you would have had an argument.
I don't think you would have, but you know, going back now with 32-21 being our team score, this is the biggest match this
is
so
because you know you had the 2 upsets. Robert's been in the state-ranked wrestler when he was about a takedown away from being tacked, and Wade Miller, the freshman, who's seen limited varsity action, coming out and pinning a guy that probably had him stuck dead to rights. You thought you had the match in hand, but that was a huge swing for Hunter McCluggage to get disqualified in the final seconds.
Looks like they're getting the scoring worked out.
Yeah, there was a lot going on there. There was Porter had gotten a takedown, and then he got reversed, gave up the 4-point back, and then got reversed of his own. I think 9-7 is correct.
And now
they still want to talk about it. They got to go back to when Porter got the takedown and took the lead. He got the escape, made it 3-2, and then he got a takedown and would have made it 5-4.
No, they got to figure it out now.
Yeah, they got it. It just takes a while. That was a lot, and it was a lot happening in a hurry. But if you're the Miami Trace wrestler, you want to get this escape with 30 to go if you can. And he's going to go to his back. He tried that same roll. Oh, the referee is not going to give him the points.
I thought he had a 2 count.
Porter's got a chance here. They're going to stop this. And when he reached back around the head, he had a chance to lift and return with a half. There's some guys gambling out there right now, and somebody's going to pay for it in a hurry because they're taking high-risk, high-reward moves here. Caution on the green there for a false start. We've got 13 seconds in the period. It's 9-7. Porter down 2. Down under 10 here. Miami Trace wrestlers, he's hit some big moves. Of course, he did hit a 7-point move, but he's putting himself at risk by turning in like he's doing. He's trying to hit some big rolls, and he's going to go back on bottom. Porter, you got to be ready for that hook and roll again because he's hit it twice on you.
Our coverage today again brought to you in part by Millersburg Tire Service, MRV Siding Supply, Rody's IJ Marketplace, Village Motors, Premier Pharmacy, and Hobron's Insurance.
Another caution, this time on red. Each wrestler with a caution. Both guys trying to get the jump on each other, either with the bottom move or the breakdown.
Well, last time we saw Porter switch which side he was going to hold, and he's going to do it again.
Peyton Martin does this too. There's a couple of them that will mount from the left and the right just to throw that bottom wrestler off. They're going to give up the escape here as they square up. It's 10-7. So a takedown would tie it. Oh, Porter, he's got a body lock. You got to be careful here. Guy who gets his hips in front is going to win.
He's looking for that back leg.
Nothing yet. You know, Porter's had some. He's had success getting in on the leg. The finishes have been a little scary. Got a minute 30, 10-7. Miami Trace up. Minute 18. No stalling calls for either wrestler. I hear the referee telling them to work center. But if you're the Miami Trace guy, you're up 3 here. You don't want to get taken down, but you also don't need to gamble. You can kind of stay in good stance, good position, make Porter force something. That's a nice sweep single. Just cover the backside leg. He wants to go out to the head, and he does. He's got a near side cradle locked up. If he scoops it with his knee, and he does, he's got a chance to walk it up. He's got a chance to stick him here. This is tight. He's got that knee driven up.
That's a 2 count.
And he posted the head. This is really tight.
And he just snuck out of there, but he's still going to get the 4 back.
He did. He's going to be up 14-10.
That is huge.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, he has not been content to just finish a takedown. He has looked for those transition back points every time. It's hurt him a couple times,
30
but not
seconds
that
left
time.
Now. He's just breaking him down. I really think he's running out of steam underneath.
Well, I hope so. And I'll tell you what, they're going to go back to the center here with 18 seconds left. If I'm Porter, man, be careful. You know he's going to try to roll you. Don't give him an elbow. Don't give him anything to hook and roll. If you feel yourself in trouble, cut him loose. Because it's really the only thing that can beat you here. They're counting down from 15. We're at 10. Just grabbing that ankle, playing it safe. Got a 1 count, another 1 count.
And that's a huge come from behind win there for Porter.
Yeah, 14-10. The West Holmes needed that. They can extend this lead to 35-21. So they're going to go up 14. And there's some matchups coming up here that maybe are favorable to this Miami Trace team. So we'll see in these last 3 weight classes if West Holmes can hold on to this 14-point lead.
St. Clair is 8-3. He's wrestled at 157 this season.
He has. He weighed in at about 179 tonight. I watched him wrestle his duel against Miami Trace, and I got to be honest, he was impressive. He's a big, strong kid. McCluggey's got to wrestle smart here. Good double leg. Nice shot defense. He had a good deep double, and he was able to just kind of arch his hips down into it, St. Clair, and fight that off.
Cluggage in a little bit of trouble.
Nothing yet here. We're in one of those classic scramble positions. Somebody's hips are going to come out on top. It might. Ooh, McCluggage got the boot in, but he's kind of falling off. See if he can settle back. There we go. They're going to give him it. Now he's going to start working his power half. Of course, a win here by McCluggage would secure the duel. Because right now they're up by 14. That would put them up 17, and it would be match over. They have got to win these last 3 if they're Miami Trace, and they're going to have to get at least 1 pin plus a bonus victory to even tie it. McCluggage working those legs, staying behind the arms, doing a nice job. If you stay behind the arms, and even though he's tall and he's kind of falling over him, you're in pretty good position. You're not going to fall off that wrestler. You have 15 seconds left. He's still up 3-0. And if you're Miami Trace, I doubt you're going to want to put your guy on bottom after this display.
That's what I'm thinking here, too. 5 seconds left.
Choice to Trace. I think you got to defer. Yep. See what McCluggage does. Goes down. Miami Trace wrestler trying to get the boots in himself here. He's got McCluggage in a similar position as he was. He's trying to go to this power half. He's just going to try to muscle this over. See if the referee lets him work it. He's keeping a close eye on that shoulder. I'm not sure he's going to get the opportunity to. He's kind of falling off the hips here. I think if McCluggage could kind of get his hips up and shake, he could get him out of position.
It's a good job by McCluggage to fight it off.
Yeah, you can see the referee. He was kind of getting down there and looking pretty close at that shoulder. And when you see that, a lot of times you know they're going to call that potentially dangerous before they're going to let you turn them. So if you're willing to endure a little pain, you're going to be okay. And, Cam McCluggage is a tough kid. He'll take that for the team. We're down under a minute, still just 3-0. McCluggage winning, though, with choice coming up here for the Miami Trace wrestler in the third. I think he's going to have to take neutral. I don't think he can risk going underneath McCluggage. 30 seconds closing in on it. It's a little high here. I think McCluggage's got a chance. There it is, right to his back. If he pins him, it's over. West Holmes will be going to Columbus. Now settle back, don't let that arm come through. There it is. Got it! West Holmes going to Columbus.
That's a huge win once again. And
yep, McCluggage knows what he just did for his team. So we're going to see Grady Hawkins come out. And Grady's going to wrestle, should be John Queen, a junior.
And will now move to mat number 1, 215-pound weight class, wrestling for Miami Trace. It's John Queen, and for West Holmes.
Queen came in 11-11.
Yep, both these guys wrestled at the Cambridge tournament, not head-to-head, so this will be the first time they get to see each other. Of course, like we said, you watched Grady Hawkins in that first match that he wrestled and won. He's methodical. He works in there from that collar tie, tries to dig in an underhook, and he was pretty effective at jacking that underhook up to a near side single and getting a couple good takedowns with it. And, of course, strength of his wrestling really is his stop wrestling. But as it's said and done, it's 41-21, 20-point lead here for West Holmes. Final 2 weight classes, so regardless, West Holmes can make that trip to Columbus as one of the top 8 teams in the state of Ohio.
And I know that's at least 2 of the last 3 years now.
Yeah, we'd have to go back through the record books and look because it was Coaches Association, then Ohio High School, and then Coaches Association. So I'm going to say I think we've probably made that trip 5-6 times at least over the years with this program. It's become an expectation and a great expectation to have of your team. Not just that you got guys going down to state and standing on the podium consistently, but that your team consistently is one of the top 8, top 10 in the state. And hats off to Coach Vaughn and Coach Woods and those guys for what they've done with this programs. You really look at those two, at this West Holmes wrestling team, you think about it. I mean, my gosh, since about about 1991, 1992, we've had 2 coaches in the last 30-plus years. And that's impressive. I mean,
you don't see that, especially, some schools West Holmes size. A lot of coaches kind of use it as a stepping stone. Either they're trying to move on to college, but West Holmes, it's just that's the job people take stepping stone Jones to get.
That's what you aspire to. And I'll tell you, you look at Jeff Woods, he was a tri-way guy. We won't hold that against him anymore. But he and his wife, at least he married a West Holmes girl. And you look at them, they become part of the community. And Scott Vaughn's part of this wrestling program, part of this community, him and his family. And people who leave, they want to come back here. And Coach Vaughn, I know, when he left, he probably had – to coach elsewhere and start his career, probably always had in the back of his mind, boy, if West Holmes ever comes open, I'd love to get back here and take that program over. And we're glad he is, because we got him for a while. He's a young guy, and I'm sure the next coach at West Holmes someday will probably be a similar kid that wrestled and won for West Holmes and wanted their opportunity, to come back and run the program. So it's fun to watch, and they've kept us on top. So the kids are benefiting from it, and great performance today against these 2 teams.
Gave up a reversal on the far side there.
Yeah. So 2-0 here in the second. And, I'm curious to see what happens when Hawkins, if they go underneath Hawkins. If they've scouted him at all, they may choose to stay on their feet. He's going to make it 2-1. That's a good job getting hand control, working that stand-up. I'd like to see him get that underhook and get that one takedown, put this Miami Trace wrestler in a position where he's forced to go underneath us in the third to try to get away. I like the way that works out for Hawkins. Hawkins is the one that needs to get the underhooks. He hasn't got that yet. He's kind of in the overhook position. I think he works a little better for that single leg from his underhook.
You could hear a pin drop in here right now. Everyone's just...
Well, I think after that McCluggage match, everybody took a sigh of relief because they knew what that meant. Because after McCluggage and Porter's matches, you were kind of like, uh-oh, what's going to happen here? Two seconds. There comes that little, look at that little guy run out there, that towel bopper. Vaughn's kids are fast. He ditched the Crocs, too, so he could have some more speed.
He just needs to put him into sport mode.
It's the third period here. Hawkins down 2-1. Nice job building his base right to a hand control. Still in that same position. Escape would tie this. Miami Trace wrestler hasn't really flattened him out. You can see Grady's kind of got his head on the mat. He's kind of got a tripod position. He's just kind of rotating a little bit and climbs back up to the mat. They're going to go out of bounds. Ooh.
I don't think the mat judge saw him out.
Yeah, I think they were for a split second. I would like to see Grady get a fresh start from that referee's position. Grady just kind of crawls around his hips. He kind of keeps his hips out from underneath, and he builds that base. And he's a big, strong kid. He gets up. He just needs to get that hand control so he can cut away.
He's kind of reaching back, trying to get that leg.
There he comes up. There's good position. Come on, Grady. There we go. Minute left, 2-2, ties it up. Second escape of the match. Yeah, Coach Vaughn telling him one takedown. I think he just needs to get that underhook. He hasn't been able to secure it. They've been kind of in there hand fighting and pummeling. It's been the Miami Trace wrestler who's been able to get that inside position with the underhook. And closing in on 30 seconds here in the match. 41-21, of course, the team score. We got Dylan Sowers, who'll be up next. He will get a match. Miami Trace had forfeited at heavyweight against Logan Elm, so I was curious why they did that. They were winning the match, so maybe they just wanted to give their guy a break, but Sowers will get a chance to wrestle here. 12 seconds left. This match, of course, overtime in a match would be 1 minute, sudden victory on their feet, with the first point awarded would decide it. And then we'll teach you about the subsequent overtimes after that if we need be. Of course, we still got 5 seconds to wrestle here. Okay, we're going to go to overtime. They'll put 1 minute on the clock. Both wrestlers are starting in a neutral position. Of course, any point would decide it. Doesn't just have to be a takedown. Okay, we got a body lock here for Hawkins. See if he's trying to reach back and trip it. See if he can use his strength to kind of bull him in here. Hips in front, maybe throw. Miami Trace wrestler kind of backing away. Both guys in a clinch here. Grady's got the trip. Oh, they're just out of bounds. You need a couple more inches there to stay in bounds. Had the right idea. We're down to 29 seconds, though, in the first overtime. Down to about 15 seconds here. Hawkins had about his best opportunity there with that body lock. 10 seconds. Of course, if we do go, 5 seconds. If we do go to the next round of overtime, each wrestler will get 30 seconds. They'll do 30 seconds where one wrestler will be on bottom, 30 seconds where the other wrestler will be on bottom. The only thing that would stop it would be a pin, of course, but they would let each wrestler, as they keep team score, have that same 30-second position. So Hawkins will start off on top. It's not first point, okay? It's going to be the total score at the end of these two 30-second periods. And then if it's still tied, we would go to what they call a sudden victory 30-second ride out. Ooh, he awarded that escape point. Hawkins had that body lock pretty quickly. Sometimes they don't give you that if you're able to lock it. Shot off the whistle. Not sure he needed that. You got 15 seconds left here. Closing on 10. You got to keep driving into him. If you're Grady, you don't want to give up a go behind here. Closing in on 5 seconds. Don't give this up, Grady. Keep that leg. Keep squaring up. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. No. It's 3-2, so Hawkins is going to go down. So a reversal would win it for Hawkins because it would put him up 1, but they're going to wrestle the full 30 seconds. But Hawkins has got to get this escape at a minimum to tie it and force the ride out. And then the rule on the ride out, the wrestler who gets choice would be the wrestler who scored the first offensive point in the match. And that would be the Miami Trace wrestler who had that reversal. So he could choose whether he wanted to be down or on top. Hawkins is close here. He's got 10 seconds. Got to fight these hands, Grady. Don't let him return you to the mat. Come on. 5, 4. Ooh, do we get a push-out call? We didn't. We got 4 seconds. Got to explode. He's got to do something quick. Not much time here. 3-2. Tried to just roll him. He did. He did. He did. A little late on the towel bop. They're going to have to talk about this.
I thought he had him rolled.
I thought he had him, but they're going to have to talk because the kid with the towel was a little slow to get over there and actually tap the referee. So he's going to go over and he's going to talk to the scoreboard operator to ask him if the time had expired before he awarded the reversal. I thought he hit him in the hook and roll, and we'll see. There'll be a discussion, and somebody's not going to be happy. And we'll see, and I think it's the Miami Trace coach that is going to be unhappy. He's going to talk to the mat judge, too. I thought he had him. I thought he hit the hook and roll, and I thought he had gotten his hips around him.
Was just a little late giving the signal there, making sure he had.
Oh, they're going to wave it off. After discussion with the score guy, after discussion with the mat judge, and I'll be honest, the towel got to him late. And if the towel would have got to him in time, he would have had a better knowledge of it. It's what we talked about in that dual meet the other night. It got loud. And we're using the basketball scoreboard, but when it gets loud, it drowns that out, and that's where you got to have that towel tapper right there to let you know. And he probably did the right thing in his mind, having that discussion. Coach Vaughn not happy, he disagrees, but it's 41-24 Knights. The victory was secured after that Cam McCluggage fall.
So this is McGraw. He's number 20.
Yeah, he came in at 250 pounds. And, of course, he's going to wrestle Sowers at heavyweight. And Sowers always comes in a little light. I think today he wrestled it right in at 221. So he's giving up just about 30 pounds at this heavyweight match.
Sometimes giving up that weight just means you're a little more maneuverable against some of these bigger guys.
It does, but I'll tell you what, you've got to wrestle smart. You got to not take chances, because if you get caught, you get stuck, you're not recovering. You know, that weight is going to keep you underneath. But we watch Sowers, where he's really good at it, especially is on top of these heavyweights. He's got some really good things as far as his Butcher series, his power halves. A lot like Hawkins, they obviously work out together, I'm sure, every day and work similar things against each other. So Sowers is one of those kids next year, he won't be giving up that much weight. He works hard in that weight room. He'll probably come in a good 250 next year, and it'll be all muscle. And but right now he's got to be very careful, especially early in the match while these guys are fresh and strong. I think as the match wears on, it maybe favors him.
30 seconds left here in the first period.
Both guys just kind of fighting for inside control off the collar ties, seeing where they can get a position or a snap down. Closing in on 15 seconds in the period, of course scoreless. Down to 5 seconds. Choice is going to be big here, and the choice goes to Miami Trace. My guess is they'll defer. Nope, they take down. Okay, let's see if Sowers can get a breakdown. If he can break him down and flatten him out, I like his chances of turning him. Just trying to follow those hips. There we go. Now let's see if you can work your Butcher. Goes right to it. He punches that crossface. And he going to a far side cradle. He works those in combination really well. You hit that Butcher. If the guy turns his hips down hard, he's giving you the crossface cradle. If he doesn't, then you walk right around the head and you keep the Butcher going. Let's see if he goes right back to it. There it is. Punches it. Try to punch and grab that opposite tricep. Coach Vaughn's saying power half. Got that wrist. I like that. Let's see if we can get another one. Got about a minute left in the period. I'll be honest, I think I would have deferred if I was a Miami Trace wrestler and forced us to make the choice to go underneath. Hawkins doing a good job keeping forward pressure on this wrestler, keeping him flat to the mat. Call stalling. Of course, they stopped the action, so that means they called the top man for it. It's the only time in wrestling with a stall call that they will stop the action and reset the position. You know, and all really Sowers needs to do on top is stay off those hips a little bit when you're doing that. If you stay off the hips, you probably aren't going to get called for a stalling. He's down to about 30 seconds here. Right here, there you go, get off the hips. Gotta be careful here, don't let him get away. Got to return him to the mat. You got 20 seconds. Good job. Ooh, got a chance for a half there. Oh, just missed it. See Coach Vaughn getting out of his chair. He saw it too. You got 10 seconds here. Get off the hips and show the ref you're trying to turn. You ride him out for the period, be big. See if they put Sowers underneath. Talking. You got to make a choice here. Joe's top.
There you go. think he thinks he's got a better chance of getting turned than getting away.
I get it. You don't want to go underneath that weight and give up the 30 pounds, but, boy, you've been called for stalling on top. If you get called for stalling again on top, it's going to be a point. 0-0 here in the third. He's getting those bars. He's getting those wrists. He has just not been able to get a half underneath it. I think just a good old-fashioned power half sometimes maybe is what you got to try. I don't really see the bottom guy forcing the action a whole lot. But I agree. I think Sowers has to work off these hips. He's got an arm bar now. If he can, slipped out of it.
Sowers is at least showing he's trying to work up top, but
yeah, he's trying. He's trying to get a bar. He's looking for that butcher. But he's got to stay off the hips because you can see right now he's staying back on top of him, and that's what referees look for the top wrestler. Is he just staying back and playing it safe? If he's getting out to the side once in a while he's trying to run this stuff. Okay, this one's on the bottom guy this time, though. So each wrestler's had a stalling warning. Bottom guy hasn't been able to build his base, but I'm sure Miami Trace's coach would argue that's because he's on our hips, but
40 seconds left.
Yeah, you hope that you let the wrestlers decide this. I don't want to see a stalling call late in the match be the one that decides it. We're at 30. Yeah, both the crowds on both sides lobbying. You're going to get the stall call on Hawk. This one is going to be on Sowers. Well, they called stall. They put the point up for Knights. So they called that on the bottom guy. So
I thought they called it on West Holmes.
I did too.
I heard the ref say bottom guy's got to do something.
Yeah, so they called this on them. So Hawk, we're up 1-0. We got a locking hands, and we're going to tie it up. With 9 seconds left, we called Sowers on top for locking hands when you returned him to the mat there. Oh, no, you can't kick him. I think he's going to pounce. I think he's going to pounce on him. He's not going to kick him out. But it's 9 seconds.
They are correcting it now. That stall was called.
I was going to say, that's what I thought it was too. And the locking hands, it should be 2-0. Yep. Yeah, he just didn't get off the hips enough. And with 18 seconds left, he gave up that call. Then the locking hands, and then the pounce was just to see if he could create some momentum to try to turn him, but he's not gonna. And it's going to end up 41 to.
I forget what it was.
They took the score off already, but I think it was 41-21 us, 41-24, 41-27 was the final.
Well, a fantastic showing by the Knights today. You know, a few things you'd like to see them improve on, but you look at Wyatt Crabb, he got a big pin in the first round, and A.J. Roberts, 2 big falls that really shaped the way this whole day went.
Yeah, because you look at that first round. When's the last time you saw Hunter McCluggage and Loudon Dixon both lose in the same match? And you would have thought going into that, if you were Sheridan, hey, we're going to win this duel, but you had guys step up all over the place. And like you said, to me, none bigger than A.J. Roberts today, the senior. Came in, got you the pin in that first round when you needed it. And then he came out there and pinned a state-ranked wrestler when he was down by 14 points and was about ready to get tech foul. And that was an 11-point swing, and at 41-27, you take those off. That scores 35-33. We're going to go back and talk about that one. I knew we would when we saw it. And, of course, Wade Miller, the freshman.
Just a bad decision made by his opponent. He pounced right on top of him and got out of there quick with a fall.
Yeah, Wade's one of those kids, he's seen limited varsity action this year because of where he's at in the lineup with some of those good seniors. But he's a talented athlete, and he showed it. And he made the kid pay. So I don't know who your vote is for man of the match. If it was me, I'm going with the senior, A.J. Roberts.
I'm going with Roberts, too. So Roberts going to get a $25 gift card and a T-shirt courtesy of our friends over at Bully Dogs Towing and Recovery, and a well-deserved gift card and T-shirt for this one. So thank you again Bully Dogs Towing sponsoring our man of the match. Before we go, our coverage today has been brought to you by the Critchfield Law Firm, Commercial and Savings Bank, Denco Marketing, Holmes Siding Contractors, Holmes Wayne Electric, Hummel Group, Kaufman Realty and Auctions, Pomerane Hospital, Millersburg Electric, Keim Home Center and Charm, Millersburg Tire Service, MRV Siding Supply, Roadies, IJ Marketplace, Village Motors, Premier Pharmacy, and Hobrins Insurance. Will, wrapping this one up, going back to Columbus. At least one trip has been secured for this team.
Yep, and we'll see you here, Tuesday night. We got a tri-meet here, and it's senior night, so we're going to get a chance to honor those 3 seniors for all their accomplishments and everything they've meant to this program for the last 4 years.
We'll have that one for you right here on WKLM. But, Will, any final thoughts before we sign off?
Nothing, just another great effort, some great dual meets. Fans were treated to a good one again.
Well, the Knights will move on to the state dual meet in Columbus after a great showing here at the regional meet in the Dungeon. Big thank you to our technical crew today, the Garabrandts, Aidan, our producer, Owen, our videographer. Always great to work with you guys. Thank you. And, of course, Will O'Donnell, always a pleasure to be on the call with you.
Thank you.
So for Will O'Donnell, Aidan, and Owen Garabrandt, I am Jake Sidle signing off, reminding you to stay safe and healthy. And we'll see you tomorrow here on WKLM. Have a great afternoon, everyone.
Tonight's broadcast has been a production of WKLM Radio and Claxon Communications.